Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes.
We live on this Saturday afternoon. Shout out to the chat. We will be talking and referring to y'all all stream long. Later on, we got the one and only Stephen A. Smith to come through to talk NBA Finals. I think we should save the Knicks firing Tom Thibodeau for Stephen A. Smith.
Kenny, let me tell you one thing. That brother got us from 21 wins to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'll be damned if we bring in one of these young punks. Nah, that's why I say people in the comments talking about do the impression. You cannot do the impression when the person is around unless you're top tier, because then it's going to show that it ain't as close as it. I think it's close because he's not there, but if he's there, it's going to be like I'm way off. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like the dude we say he looked like, Arius Spears.
Yeah.
Hit him. And the dude from Wild 'N Out,
to me, it's still Fletcher Cox.
With the hat, he's Arius Spears.
Oh, yeah.
But those dudes are so good at impersonating people. Like, I think they can do it when a person is around. I don't know if I'm there.
I'm disappointed in you, Darrick.
What's up?
No banana prop?
I literally just told Austin, he had asked me what I ate for breakfast, and I was like, nothing yet. I'm waiting to eat my banana. Then I was like, oh, wait. I left my banana at home. I literally left it sitting on the counter.
Damn.
I was so blue. I don't even know how.
You don't got an extra banana from KP?
I don't.
The cafe is what saved you last time, but it ain't open Saturday.
Yeah, the cafe ain't open.
You know, I was telling people, because I forgot what we was talking about on the timeline, but they was talking about like food reviews. Oh, I was saying how much I watch King Shreds.
Oh, yeah.
And they were saying, I think it was ISO. He was like, I miss my favorite eater. And it was a screenshot of Darrick doing a food review.
That's nuts.
And I was like, man, I miss Darrick in that bag too, but Darrick has been eating better. So it's like, I feel him. He don't want to go to Chick-fil-A and eat, some BS when he at the crib getting it in, because you be Snapchatting like the meals and stuff you eating. And a lot of the comments was like, hey, we would watch Darrick on a health kick too. And I was like, you're right. I would love to see Darrick vlog at Trader Joe's, like
at
just
Trader
to see
Joe's.
what you're shopping at. And people was agreeing, like, we just want to see D Millie. So I wanted to translate that message or transfer it from the Twitter mentions to you in case you ain't catch wind of that.
Okay, I could do that.
Just throwing it out there.
I'll definitely be making a Disney video, so y'all will see me at Disney World. Probably gonna do some more IRL streams too while I'm there, so that should be fun.
How you gonna do that?
What you mean?
How you gonna IRL stream?
With your phone?
See how he just using my shit without asking?
You said if
Don't
we
you
ever
got the money to get one?
You literally said if we ever needed it.
But you still haven't asked, though. You just said that you was doing it.
Don't yell. Don't yell. Don't yell. Don't yell. They gonna say you had a gun. Don't yell. Don't yell. He can use your stuff without asking. Yeah, I don't have.
So he can get the phone, but I can't get the Apple without asking.
See, now we just adding stuff. I'm such a generous man that
you walked right into his fridge and took his apple.
The 25-cent Apple?
That was also a decade ago at this point. I don't care about that damn Apple.
Hey man, shout out to
the people. The principle though.
Shout out to the people that know what we talking about. Like those was like
pre-recorded episode, not live at all.
Those was my first ever YouTube videos, I think.
Because maybe we ain't talking to the chat.
We ain't talking to the chat yet. Just yet. Can we do our intro first? Can we talk to each other before we talk to y'all? Sheesh.
They're trying to get off them little fake names, fake accounts.
A pre-recorded live show is like, I know people have done it.
Yeah.
It's just silly.
Too silly.
Because
I done walked us into pre-recorded streams before, where it's just like a streamer just doing an old one, and it's just like, it says he's live.
Now, I think that's decent because
it is a vibe, but he's live, though.
I think that's decent because you're just doing whatever you're doing. But, like, I think, it depends on, if you're gaming, I can see it. But in what we do, you would know it's not live because it's like, who was a coach?
We would be talking about stuff from last week.
Joe Mazzulla gets fired, right? Middle of a show. I'm not saying that. I use a guy I think who has a good job security. But it wouldn't be live because you would know we would be reacting to it. That would be the easiest. So, like, the NBA is so crazy, I wouldn't do a pre-recorded live show because it would just, something crazy would happen. Literally something crazy is always happening.
So this was resolved post-podcast.
What?
The whole chat is just doing #PayMike.
Which is so, like, it's just getting on my nerves because that's what they be coming into the stream saying too. Like, he done paid already.
He paid his debts,
He
man.
paid
the debts
already.
has been paid.
What happened is that we finished the pod, we found the clip, we watched the clip, we interpreted the clip, and he paid.
But listen though. Somebody on Twitter right before we did the show was like, "P, I get it now," and he took 2 screenshots of like the episode where that happened and an episode where like I guess nothing happened.
Damn, I hope something happened.
And the comments jumped up from 200 to 1,000, and he said, "I see." And so I'm like, it's the easiest thing in the world. And somebody else was like, "Man, you lose an argument now you engage in farming." No.
How much did you pay? I don't even know. They're asking, did you pay 150?
You paid 200.
You paid the full two.
We're gonna get to it. They gotta shut up and listen. Shut up, listen. It was resolved 7 minutes after the show. I publicly was never going to say that because of the way they dragged it. You know, we woke. It's Saturday. That was Tuesday, and they still talking about it. Why would I clear anything up if y'all gonna drag it? What happened was 7 minutes after the show, like you said. We put it on this TV right in front of us. Like I said, we found a clip. The clip that we found didn't justify anything because it still left us.
On your ass.
It's still, huh?
The comments finna be on your ass.
Oh, clearly I don't give a fuck about what anybody in the comments say. But we still was having a not on the same. Not on. It wasn't even a back and forth, but it didn't clarify.
Mm-hmm.
We still ended up going into the enjoy room and was having a conversation and rewatching it. So I ended up telling Mike, you know what? I see what you're saying in the thing, but obviously I misunderstood it. Let's remove it. Let's pretend you never said that, and let's just keep the $200 bet. So then everything just.
And you flipped that 200 to pay for a Switch, a Nintendo Switch too.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, man.
Got me and the homie one.
Yeah.
Who is your homie?
Right here.
Oh, you see the video of me stealing it out of his car?
No, you bought another grown man.
Well, I didn't pay for it.
I'm just
paid for
messing
it.
with you.
I
I'm
paid
just
him.
messing with you. But yeah.
Because it's hard you could just walk into a store and get those right now. So the fact that he was able to do that, like pick me, I didn't even want one. We talked about it last episode. I didn't want no Nintendo Switch.
I would have never
I
thought to
didn't
go to
really want
Myers
one.
for an electronic.
I wanted one, and I was trying to get one, but they were sold out. And then like, what day was that? That was Thursday. Then all Friday went, and I just didn't do anything like on the game. And I was kind of like, man, I'm glad I ain't ripped my neck off going to get one because that would have just been
I felt
just doing some shit.
I
just to
hit
do
my
it.
shot on that Pokemon game. You know how it start off slow a little bit. I hit my shot. Well, I can't wait to get back on it.
I hate how slow it does.
Y'all wasn't playing.
Playing what?
Y'all think y'all hit each other. Oh, that's because that was the game 1 of the finals. That was the other
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Where I was like, I'm glad I ain't break my neck to get it.
I hopped on that Mario Kart.
I saw y'all
I hopped
texting.
right into an online game.
Oh, it was decent.
That smoke.
That's what I wanted the most.
Yeah, I did. I think my best spot I got was number 7th, which is tied.
Oh.
At 22.
But though, listen, on a, we on a conversation of bets, paying debts and everything like that. I love our community because they be reminding us stuff. I never had a debt of mine fully paid off.
Are you looking at me?
No. I am looking at you. Do you remember what bet?
He also has one more for me too, by the way. I ain't want to break it.
I don't know. It's not his bet though.
Oh, I got a bet.
It's not
for
his
that.
bet. That's what makes it ironic.
Oh, what do you need paid off?
Do you remember when we did a show? It was live in front of like an audience. It was outside San Francisco. And I had Mike do those push-ups and he messed them up.
Oh, yeah.
You still owe me push-ups. Speaking of paying off debts, you only did 20 of those push-ups. I had you do 10 in San Francisco. You didn't do the 10. And then Jamal Crawford did the thing.
I retired from all
50.
physical activities.
I need 10 of my push-ups on the live show, man. I need 10 of my push-ups. These are the greatest bets ever. Shout out to
Man, JB, hold my chain.
shout out
Hold
to-
my chain.
Shout out to one of
my
my
chain,
Why you taking it
Damn.
off like that?
shout out to my
Hold
step
my
pops.
chain, KK.
When I was growing up, this is how
Hold
my
my
step
chain,
pops would
KK.
make bets. On demand push-ups, so you could be in the middle of the mall.
I snatched it. He
It could
ain't
be the
getting it
most
back.
inconvenient thing in the way. Oh, that ass is up too high. I need real push-ups, man. Dip the butt. There you go. There you go. Can you count out loud so we know?
That make a
6. That boy's struggling.
All right, that's cool. 10. Don't do that. I ain't pay you $250. I paid you $200. Don't overdo, because then you just cheat yourself.
Hey, when he said 6,
So we got 20 more left.
Man, I need the workout.
I'm gonna
I
let you
appreciate
rest.
it.
I may have you do. If Stephen A. get up here, don't be surprised if you about to ask your question and I say I want to ask another one. You do 10.
Well, Darrick, speaking of bets, before the season started, we did an OKC bet.
Uh-oh.
We were talking
did?
about.
Uh-oh.
Now he don't remember.
No,
There's-
OKC?
There's 2,500 people in this
Hey,
chat right now. I'm sure somebody
Don't have a
remembers.
misunderstanding.
Okay.
Because they're going to say you're not
It's me and his turn to do a 20
we're
minute.
not allowed to have misunderstandings.
Remember, we did. Who's gonna be the second option on the OKC Thunder this season?
Okay.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I told you it would be Chet.
And I told you it was gonna be Dub.
Yeah.
And we bet $6,000 on that bet, and you still haven't paid me. So I'm just gonna.
You should joke like that.
I'm gonna need my 100 at some point. At some point, because the
Didn't
number two option.
didn't we make a bet too
Maybe.
on the bet on the Bulls and the Hawks? Or was that last year?
I mean, it
think
could have
that
been the last 6 years. These teams always see each other in the.
I think
in
that
the
was this
play-in.
year.
I have no say-so, and I'm not even going to act like I remember. I'm not even going to act like I remember.
Look, the chat saying, yeah, they already knew before I even
Higher
talked
se-
about
I think
it. There we
I
go.
took the Hawks as a higher seed than the Bulls.
What ended up happening? I
I
didn't
think
know.
they're.
They have the same record? I don't know.
No, the Hawks made the play-in, right?
No, they both made the play-in.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Who
Did
was
they
the higher
both lose?
seed,
Yeah,
though?
did anyone? They both lost, too.
No,
The Hawks were
Yeah,
the,
who was
the
the
Hawks
higher
were the seventh.
and they lost twice. So the Hawks did end up with the higher record.
There you go.
We bet $1 million.
Hey, don't joke.
The
like
Hawks
that.
wasn't the seventh. Oh, wait, yeah. I think y'all right.
Yeah,
Because they ended up winning.
They lost
again.
twice.
They lost
Yeah.
twice. Yeah.
But yeah, but no, they did end up with a higher seed than the Bulls. They're 40 and 42. The Bulls are 39 and 43.
Good man.
We already
good
did
man.
that already. We've been through that.
Good man.
Oh,
If they were the
I was
seventh,
too
there's
busy
no
looking it
way
up.
the
I
Bulls
wasn't
was higher than the seventh. So you could have automatically canceled that out.
All right, man. We had an amazing NBA Finals Game 1. But before we talk about that, got to get into Drop the Mic.
A new generation of Toyota drivers are here, and they want you to know one thing. You can't stop my drive. Toyota, let's go places. Today's Drop the Mic presented by Toyota. If the NBA hosted a horse game, who are the players you would want to participate? You got me a little out of breath, P.
I'm sorry.
That was like 7 minutes ago.
I told you I'm retired from physical activities. I'm retired from physical activities.
Okay, horse. I'm going to put Spencer Dinwiddie in the field.
It's not one-on-ones. If it was one-on-ones, that would have been.
I feel like a random role player is probably really, really good at horse stuff.
I was putting Jordan Poole in. I feel like he can definitely make some trick shots.
Didn't they do a horse thing during the pandemic?
They did.
And Chris Paul won.
Because he played against.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Was like,
it don't matter. Wins
Was
or
it
lose.
Paul Pierce in
it was
there?
like through a phone and stuff.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm over here at my court. You at your court. I don't know, but.
I feel like Jokic got to be in there as like a trick
Oh,
shot
we
guy.
doing those type of players. Luka Doncic.
Yeah,
You gotta
Luka.
go. You gotta go for the players that could just hit the most difficult, like just shots that just don't even make sense.
So they did it in 1977. Can y'all guess the player that won it in 77?
Kiki Vandeweghe.
No.
Oh,
Paul Westphal. They did it in 2008, 2009.
shout out to Paul Westphal.
Kevin
I only-
Durant won it.
I only know him as a coach.
Okay.
They did it the year after that.
That makes sense.
Kevin Durant won it again. And then they did it during the pandemic. And Mike Conley won, not Chris Paul. I'm sorry. Mike Conley won.
One of your goats.
One Zach
Shout
Levine
out
in it,
to
I
Zach
think.
Levine was in it. Chris Paul. Paul Pierce was in it. Trae Young was in it. Chauncey Billups was in it. Tamika Catchings was in it. Allie Quigley was in it. And Mike Conley ended
And
up
Mike Conley won. Mike just keep winning.
What a great draft class that produced Mike Conley, champion, horse champion, and Kevin Durant, horse champions. Come on, man. I don't know who should be in it.
Yeah, I don't like horse.
You don't?
The chat is spamming Luka Doncic, by the way.
I like,
I think Jokic and Luka got to be like locks.
I don't know if y'all watched it, but I like the one-on-one. Now I will say this: who in the hell thought Lance Stevenson was gonna beat Michael Beasley? Don't know. No disrespect to Lance Stevenson,
Except
but
for Lance.
Mike
I don't think
Beasley-
he believed it based on the promo that they was putting out there. He looked scared.
Bro, he was just shaking his. No.
To his defense, Michael Beasley is 6'9". He's like
Yeah, he
6'4",
is, he
6'5".
is.
So just from that standpoint,
I didn't get to watch. Did they play like unlimited dribbles? They played 3 dribbles?
Nah,
Or
they pooped.
they just.
At first Lance was going, but Lance got a little distracted by the crowd, but Beasley was unaffected by any of those contests going to the rim and everything. But it was like a real one-on-one.
Was it their own money up, or is it like a?
I don't
pot?
think so. I think
Okay.
it was like a pot. Kyrie Irving did the play-by-play with Marcellus Howard and 2 other dudes.
Shout out to Marcellus Howard.
And Kyrie was saying how like
So is it anti-event? Because I know they're both anti.
well, he was giving out his anthems,
Okay.
shoes and stuff. But Kyrie was like, man, I ain't playing one-on-one against Michael Beasley. Like, I'll play a lot of people, but I ain't playing against Michael Beasley. And I'm like, yeah, people know, like, Michael Beasley is him. He's one of the greatest basketball players I ever watched with my own two eyes. And I'm talking about the 19-year-old version of him at Kansas State. But I said all that to say, it made me think, like, Pat Beverly versus Brandon Jennings, I kind of want to see that. Mm-hmm. Like, don't glance over the names and think like, oh, man, don't think it has to be Steph versus Kyrie to be entertaining. Mm-hmm. They was looking like they was going to fight at certain points. Lance Stevenson pushed the dude who had played in the previous one-on-one. He like, I guess, was cheering
so it's
for
like
Beasley.
a car. It's like a boxing car.
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yes,
I like that.
yes.
I like that.
And you got everybody on the outside.
When is Pat Bevan beat Brandon Jennings supposed to play?
They had like a back and forth.
I knew they said they would.
Did they say they would? I thought.
No, Brandon Jennings was saying like Patrick Beverly game ain't sexy enough.
It was like you got to average 10 points.
Yeah,
in the league
but I think Brandon Jennings is smart. I think he know Pat Bev. You don't want to get in that cage. Pat Bev is a dude I need to play with 4 officials around and 4 other teammates. I need a screen. You know, so
and Pat Bev was a bucket once upon a time.
He was.
So you probably still got it.
25 years ago, he was definitely a bucket.
It really was like 25 years ago at Crane.
Seriously.
You don't lose that, though. He still probably can still do
He was a bucket at Arkansas, too.
I was reading an article about like the NBA draft. And
no, not Crane, Marshall.
Marshall, you're right.
Crane is Tony Allen, TA.
I was reading an article, right, about the upcoming draft, and it was like a whole statistics things. Like, based on our projections, these are the top wings in the 2025 draft. And it gave like previous years, these who we projected, all of them were trash, by the way. But like based on this, these are the top guys, these are the top guys, these are the top guys. Guess whose name, I don't even know if y'all know this name. Guess whose name came up? Matt Rafferty.
Really?
What?
Matt Rafferty played D1 at Furman and graded really well in 2019.
Damn.
And I looked it up. Do y'all know how tall he is now?
He's
6'11".
He's 6'8".
Yeah, he was around that
I was
height.
about to say he was 6'8".
And now I did a whole deep dive. Now he coaches at Indiana. He's like an assistant coach for the Hoosiers. But I'm like, damn. I'm like reading the article. It's like NBA players and real college players. I did not expect to see a motherfucker that lived across the street or around the corner on this.
Didn't y'all play against him?
I guarded him.
Oh, you? Oh.
I guarded. He was 6'2" in 8th grade. I guarded him at 5'2".
Because I did this clock in summer league for Ontario and them. So he played up. He was a 6'6", like 6'6", 6'7" freshman that played up against Ontario and them.
And he played QB for the freshman
Yes,
team.
he did.
He was a big ass QB.
Just a total Chad,
Who
huh?
would take the prom?
Oh, I don't know.
You know, that girl, he played QB.
He
Well, I
played
played
overseas
against
too.
him.
He played overseas too for a little bit before he
Oh,
you
did you
did?
sack his ass? Oh no, you protected your quarterback. You went on the
Freshman
D-line.
year, I played D-line. I
So
did
you
actually get a chance to get on him once, but that
Did
was
you
it.
sack him or did you just like good
I think it
pressure?
was I think he tried to run, and I just got him.
Okay.
So you wait.
It wasn't a sack.
Oh, that's what we
So
was
it was a
asking.
you just wrapped him up.
Yeah,
Okay.
Softly.
That's- He's a quarterback. He got
just a
to.
nice little
No, you
form
don't.
tackle.
A form tackle.
Man, you supposed
The
to,
fundamentals.
you supposed to get a flag.
He not trying to hurt himself,
That's
too.
why I couldn't play, because if I had the chance to get a quarterback, I'm getting a flag.
It's funny if you try to just full run speed at a QB, they could just juke you and. Now
Well,
you're
no.
just out of
Once
the
you
play.
get it, once you grab him,
Sound like he'd had some experience with that, didn't he?
once you
You
grab
gotta
him,
learn how to control your speed in football.
I don't know a sport where you can't control your speed.
True.
Anyway, NBA Finals game 1 wrapped up. It was 111-110 final score.
Wrapped up like Darrick, wrapped up Mr. Rafferty.
0.3 seconds left. Tyrese Haliburton hits a 22-foot long contested 2-pointer to win. At one point, they were down by 15 points with about 9 minutes to go. And they do what they've been able to do all playoffs long. Come back, never give up. And they steal game 1 in OKC. Where the fans were so electric until we got to like 6 minutes left in this game where you could hear a goddamn pin drop. And then you see the screenshots or the pictures of when Haliburton is shooting a shot, you look into the crowd, and everybody got their hand on their head because they know this is what he's been able to do.
You know what's funny? On the linear show, y'all, we had the question where what was the Pacers' biggest strength coming into the series? And I said it's their never say die mentality. And you see it on full display in game 1 where things did not start off good for this team. It honestly looked as worse as it could get. But honestly, in that first quarter, I'm like, damn, y'all got 9 turnovers in this first quarter. Y'all only down 9. Y'all are right there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's probably the last thing that OKC won. You would think if they had this kind of start, they would have just blew this out. And then, no, I'm thinking the Pacers are right here. They got to just stay pat. And then in the second quarter, they still turned the ball over a little bit. They ended the first half what I think
19
turnovers, and they still were right there. And I'm like,
down by 12, yeah.
y'all just have to just clean. Y'all have to just erase that first half and kind of just go into the mentality. This is just 0-0. We just got to play our ball, even though we down. But if we just clean up these mistakes, we could easily just be right back in this game. And I thought they did that. They stayed pat. I thought Obi Toppin started off the game bad, but then he picked it up significantly.
Yeah.
He came in the game, had 3 turnovers before he scored his first bucket.
I tweeted, like, get him out of the game.
Huh?
Dort got those offensive rebounds as well.
Yes, he did.
Talking about the lights being bright or being nervous. That was the best example maybe in NBA history for that first stint that he had.
Yes.
I like that Rick Carlisle didn't just bench him, though.
You know, I remember he had his first turnover where he threw the ball all the way down court, and then the camera cut to Rick Carlisle, and Rick Carlisle was like, it's okay.
Was he spitting in his cup?
He does that a lot.
He's spitting in a lot of cups right now.
No,
playoffs
but
long.
I thought that was just great.
anybody cup.
Yeah. He's like, give me that
Any
one, give me
cup
that
that's
one.
near.
Having a head coach that understands that this is a big stage and that you had a dumbass turnover, but he's like, hey, it's okay.
A few.
And for him to that just brings a lot of confidence. And you saw he ended up hitting 5 threes. He was one of the biggest reasons they won this game. So shout out to Rick Carlisle, man.
Yeah, he was one of the biggest reasons. I was prepared for them to lose. I thought, obviously, the Thunder had full control, but I was starting to mentally prepare what I was going to say in my recap video, and I kept thinking those turnovers. I'm like, for y'all to be turning the ball over so much, y'all not getting y'all ass necessarily kicked in.
Yeah. Because they only gave up 9 points on
Bro, if I have
turnovers.
19 turnovers at the half, I'm thinking I'm down big, like
Yes,
20 plus.
to that team, especially.
20 plus, at least.
Andrew Nembhard, man. Andrew Nembhard gets
He
the
looks
game
huge.
ball for me. I know Tyrese Haliburton hit the shot. Andrew Nembhard.
Well, he was one of them. He did the defensive impact on Shea was phenomenal. I thought, even though Shea ended with 38, I thought Nembhard still did a good job on him individually. He even had the game sealing possession on him where he locked him up and made him take a tough 2.
People don't understand just Shea having to fight for the ball back.
Yes. It
Yeah,
just throws off your whole rhythm.
It adjusts the whole
How did y'all
shot.
feel about Shea's game? Like, the first quarter, just specifically, he came out super aggressive.
I like
Yes,
his
he did.
shots
He
in the
took,
first,
like,
yeah.
what do you go, 4 for 10 basically in the first quarter? And I was telling my stream as I was watching, it's like, I really like this Shea. Like, when you're an MVP and, like, one of the best players in the league and, like, you're right there by the finish line, you got to kind of take your team home. And he's going for a lot of kill shots. He might have to slow it down just a little bit, but I like the aggressiveness that he's coming out with.
I didn't mind it mostly because his number 2 and number 3 option didn't do anything.
Yeah, so he
Chet
kind of
got,
had to.
The Chet game was
Well, Chet got significantly outplayed by Miles Turner. I thought Miles Turner did a great job on him, like defending him at the rim. He did a good job of just pretty much just walling him up. And honestly, when he was getting catch and shoot opportunities, Miles Turner was still able to close out. Obi Toppin was able to close out because his shot has that hitch in it. So you're still able to get out and contest his shot, even though he may be considered wide open.
Yeah, Dub and Chet combined for 1 made jump shot in this game.
Yeah, because
Isn't that crazy that-
he was 2 of 9.
He's 2 of 9, and
23
then
minutes, I think.
6 of 19 for Dub, and a lot of those were at the rim. He had 1 3-pointer made. So, yeah, I don't mind Shea's aggression. I think that when we got down to it and the Pacers are on their run, because the Pacers went on 2 different 12-2 runs in the fourth quarter, I hate, and this is not just an OKC thing, this is kind of for like 28 teams across basketball, when it's close and it's only a minute or 2 left, it just boils down to like isolation ball. And the only other team that really don't do that is the goddamn Pacers. They continue to run some of their
I
stuff.
liked when the Pacers did it, though.
When they did it with Nembhard
I
on the
think
island.
they have to do a little bit more of that against this team, only because OKC is so good defensively. So, like, when Tyrese Haliburton got the ball in the game-winning shot, he had, like, I want him to play like that for a full game. When he got that ball, he didn't look at anybody. He knew exactly what his mentality was, which to find a way to score. Tyrese Haliburton doesn't necessarily want that pull-up mid-range
Even though
jump
he
shot.
shoots 55% on it, he should be taking it more.
He should. But clearly, that's not the shot that he always be looking for. But his mind was so stuck on score, and I'm not giving his ball up, that it turned into that. He had a lot of moments where he's made those shots because his mindset is nobody else is shooting this but me. The Nembhard shot, where it's like, I'm just about to break my man down.
Hey, bro,
and he
I
missed
keep
another one. But the mentality of, like, we have 20 plus turnovers right now. We have 20 plus turnovers. At some point in the game,
Just get the
some of
shot
them,
up.
yes,
Yeah, we just playing with house money.
Sometimes you got to have a few possessions where you play a little selfish ball.
I
I'm
feel
not
like-
saying
yeah.
they changed the whole game plan and now everybody is ISOing, But I think against a team that is that good defensively, you're going to have a little bit more comfortability of saying, we finna have a possession where I'm just going at somebody.
Yeah. Miles Turner
Turner
hit 2 big threes during that run as well. He had one of them where he banked it in.
That shit was lucky.
That's
the
luckiest shit.
Hey, and that's one of them heart-wrenching threes.
Because you know Pierre luck.
That's what I'm doing too, P. Because if I feel like you just cut off some of them turnovers if you just naturally are looking.
Chain on.
Oh, you ain't see?
I remember him saying, "Hold my chain," but okay. My fault. I ain't mean to distract you.
With the Kobe shirt.
The Kobe shirt.
But I'm saying you cutting down at least a couple of them turnovers, more than probably a couple if you're just getting shots up rather than trying to force a lot of passes. They had somewhere just like, you don't need to make that pass. It's just too tough of a pass against this team to make.
It also felt like they were underprepared for the amount of help that you get from the OKC Thunder. People turning their back and then not realizing Caruso or Kaysen was going to be there. Why did we see so many possessions that ended with Andrew Nembhard dribbling, Aaron Nesmith dribbling the damn ball? I don't know. He dribbled the ball way too much in this game, at least in the first half. And eventually he settled in. And then he almost turned it over in the fourth quarter where he got underneath the rim and he's bobbling. He kicked it out, and I think it was to an Obi Toppin 3. That was a big one. But eventually, again, they just settled down. Like that swing, dribble penetration, swing to the extra swing. A lot of that is going to be tough to do against this OKC team because there's so much on like a string. And I thought when they simplified things got easier.
I credit TJ McConnell with that. I think he does a really good job of that. And this is where you would like to see player progression in real time. I think one of the guys who is dynamic enough to be able to do that, but who needs to open up his mind a little bit with the passing, is Benedict Mathurin. I think he is the type of guy that could constantly turn a corner, constantly get 2 feet in the paint, especially going against the second unit now that Case and Wallace is starting.
Y'all think that stays, by the way?
I think it should. I think OKC played a really good game. I think they had the toughest, the most important part of the game, like we've seen against the Pacers throughout the playoffs with other teams. They didn't necessarily do well, but they had control of this game for 4 quarters. They had real control. Now,
I'm saying the same thing. Both teams probably walking away with some type of idea that they're in the win, if that kind of makes sense. Like the Pacers walking away like, we don't turn that ball over like that, where we have a chance to win.
Mm-hmm.
OKC saying we dominated the whole game. If we just play better for a few more minutes, this shit is easy.
Yeah, you heard Siakam in the tunnel say we didn't even play good and we won. Mm-hmm. So like, they got a lot of stuff to clean up. So if I'm OKC, I'm not nervous, but I'm like, we forced them to turn the ball over 24 times and we still managed to lose this game. That's scary.
I feel what Mike is saying too, though, because both teams should be looking at it and saying, okay, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. The Pacers, like, we took game 1. Now we have home court advantage. Whatever happens in game number 2 don't matter. That's not who they are, though. They usually fight real hard in game 2. And OKC's like, yeah, Dub didn't hit a goddamn shot. Chet didn't hit a goddamn shot. You know, we made one adjustment with 3 minutes left that maybe it cost us when we gave up an offensive rebound because we went small. So there's a lot of things both teams look at and say, we can fix this. So we going to be good for game 2 and the rest of this series.
I think the Pacers got us. I think they really have to lock in, though, because there was a lot of things that I didn't like. I think Tyrese Haliburton got to be a little bit more focused on on defense. Case and Wallace had a lot of easy buckets, backdooring them. It was a play where he went at him. There was a play where I don't even know if it's on Tyrese Haliburton, but Isaiah Joe created his own mid-range shot. I'm like, y'all got to take a little bit more pride. Shea is already a handful. You then add in the fact that you have 24 turnovers. Luckily, there's a big difference between dead ball, live ball turnovers. But this is a team that I would still, you go into the game saying we're not going to have 24 turnovers, and that may be true. But then this next game, you may have 16 turnovers, and 9 of them are live ball where they're able to score. So I'm not necessarily glued to the idea of, hey, we just turned down our turnovers, because if you turn them down, but they're all live ball, the majority live ball turnovers, then it don't matter. You don't want them to be able to score off of those turnovers.
Another thing I'm looking at is this was a huge game for Lou Dort. Like, not even just defensively, but offensively, he was hitting so many shots.
Yeah.
Like, when you talk about the outside guys needing to hit, Lou Dort was there for game 1.
I think he had one of the craziest defensive plays I've ever seen.
With the block?
The block at the rim.
Oh, when he blocked Nesmith?
Yeah,
Oh,
man,
he
that was
literally
nuts.
walled him up.
And if they would have won this game, I feel like that was the play that I would remember the most about the OKC win. Obviously, they lost, but I thought he was great. And it was like, I was asking myself if those 5 threes going to be the 5 threes he make this series. Like, you count
There's
on him
a chance,
to hit.
because I wouldn't guard him.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
let me
He
not
looked
say it
super
like that.
he was looking confident. Like he had the crowd behind him too.
Those are when he makes them. Those are legitimately.
And
when
I
he
love
makes
that the crowd go, Lou.
Yeah, anytime you
every
do
time.
anything.
And that ball goes so high.
So high. And he'll hold that follow through.
Is Obi Toppin?
He has a beautiful.
Y'all think Obi Toppin still gets left wide open like he
rainbow.
was?
Yes. I think you live with those.
Miles Turner as well.
I think you live with those. If you go back to my preview, I was saying that Miles Turner's going to have to hit a bunch of 3-point shots in the series. He hit 2, and it was 2 of the biggest ones of the game, the
At
left
what point-
wing and right wing.
So if Obi hits
corners.
another 5 in game 3, do you adjust?
They didn't adjust to P.J. Washington last year.
Well, they adjusted P.J. Washington by essentially just eliminating his corner 3.
Yeah.
They said, we're just not going to let you shoot it. I don't know.
I mean,
I've never seen that before.
I don't think you go into game 2 planning for Obi Toppin.
I don't
No.
think you're going to any game planning for Obi Toppin.
No, but he's showing you that you let him just shoot.
So you would go in his locker room and change.
Not
him?
for game 2, but if he hits another 5 threes again, then it's just like, well, we
Did
just
you
get-
stop him from hitting 5 threes and not Tyrese Haliburton or Pascal Siakam?
But I feel like if he's doing it on the road, what are you going to do with the home crowd behind him?
I think
I'm
that's
letting
that's
Obi
overblown a
Toppin.
little
I'm
bit.
letting Obi Toppin beat
too.
us. I'm just
No,
I'm just doing it.
I
In
feel
a game
you, but
of
like,
basketball, especially at the highest level, you have to find something that you're willing to give up. So
Yeah.
at any point in this series, do you feel like you're willing to give up their top best players to limit 5 threes from Obi Toppin? Because he hit 5, and they still almost won.
yeah. I just feel like if a guy just continues to make shots, you have to do something.
That's a game 3, game 4 conversation more than
Yeah.
anything.
Then not a game 2.
Yeah. Because I think one of the reasons he's wide open is because they're helping on Pascal touches
Yeah.
and they're denying ball on Tyrese Haliburton. So, like, yeah, we're going to leave Obi Toppin, who's had ebbs and flows throughout his shooting in his NBA career. He had a great game tonight. He might go 0 for 5 in tomorrow's night
Literally.
game.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who
He
knows?
went into the Knicks series. I think he hit 2 threes, and it was like he had been shooting one of 12 before those 2 threes.
It's such a good boost, though, because not even just him. TJ McConnell hit a 3 in this game.
Yeah.
I mean,
He been taking them lately.
They hit
When
18. They hit 18 threes.
Yeah,
If
when they
Lou
have
Dort,
it-
how many threes did Lou Dort hit?
5.
Are you game planning for Lou Dort if you're the Pacers? If you're
Nah, you're right. So yeah, it should be the same mentality.
I think that when they weren't turning the ball over, they were getting good looks the entire time. I think that's the thing. Some of those looks were exactly what OKC likes to give up. It just so happened Obi Toppin hits 5 and TJ McConnell hits 1, and you keep adding and adding and adding. And then, like, I can't get over Nesmith hit a 3 in the 4th quarter.
From the corner, yep.
And I think they're down by 12 at that point. And that really started that run.
heavily contested.
Heavily contested, quick
That's-
release, and just bow. And then they get up and they add the pressure on the inbounder. And it's just like, these motherfuckers will not die, bro. The cockroaches of the NBA.
And I feel like Aaron Nesmith sometimes just play. I think he seems like he just plays better in those type of moments.
I think that's
down.
Yeah.
those are the times where I feel like as a team you have to understand, especially if I'm the Pacers, I'm understanding that if it's crunch time and it's only a few minutes left, this is the hardest part of the game for the other team too. You do have to just work against the clock, but you have to play still your brand of basketball. And again, I think I was talking on the Linear show in the Nuggets series. OKC definitely showed, like, when it's crunch time, they'll show some of that age a little bit, whether it be on court or maybe even coaching too. All you got to do is stay in reach and you going to have a chance. Because again, those are when those open shots that J-Dub are getting, Lou Dort is getting, all them guys are getting, those have the most pressure wide open when your team absolutely needs it. When the other team's on a run, the Pacers are coming back, the Pacers are storming back, you need those shots to hit. If they're not going to hit them, let's take the game.
Yeah, when this game started
Let's
getting
take the
close,
game.
I was like, ooh. I was like,
See, what
This-
you be saying, when
this
you up
is-
10, it's easy to hit those shots. When that
So
game
easy.
tight, man.
when that game
everybody
started
got
getting
their
I
close,
also
man, I'm like, them
said-
Pacers, this is probably their game.
I
Man.
also said, when you're up 7, it feels like it's a 1 possession game. When you're down 12, it feels like you're down 40. And I watched this game, and that was how I was feeling. Like, it would be a 7-point game, and I would be like, damn, it felt like the Pacers was getting blown out. And then when the Pacers, when the Thunder had the 1-point lead, it felt like the Pacers were winning. When Shea missed that shot and the Pacers got the ball and Tyrese Haliburton gets it in his hands, I'm like, oh shit. It felt like the Thunder were already losing.
Yeah.
It's just very hard to explain. But
Every miss they had down the stretch, it definitely was like, oh no, like what's finna happen? Because the Pacers, again, they pulled it off several times already in this postseason. So it just, again, it's like, is this shit finna happen again?
Shout out to Coco. She just won her second major title.
Shout out to Coco.
Shout out Coco.
Blitz 11, we already talked about that, Brody.
What are you asking about?
Thoughts on Lance and Bees? You got to get here sooner.
I think it's so hard to like nitpick, I guess, OKC for a game that they lost by 1 and they forced 24 turnovers. But is there anything you're changing for game number 2 if you're the Thunder?
Well, not changing, but you just need better production from Chet and J-Dub. I thought
Is that really what it boils down to?
Yeah, I thought J-Dub didn't really get him much offensively. I know he had some moments, but the inefficiencies, the efficiency just wasn't there. I thought Aaron Nesmith did a good job of just locking him up. I thought Miles Turner did a great job on Chet. So you got to win that front court matchup. You got to outplay in the front court. Obi and Miles Turner, Pascal Siakam, they won the matchup that night. That's really what it boils down to me.
Do y'all trust OKC small ball lineup more or Pacers? Because I think that's what it boiled down to for me. Because again, OKC holds this game for 42 minutes of it. And then with 3 minutes left, they take Chet off the floor and they go ultra small. And then like the next timeout or the next dead ball, Rick Carlisle say, bet. Miles Turner gave us great production, but we would prefer to go Pascal and Obi Toppin.
No, I trust the Pacers. Just because Pascal Siakam, he's such a damn mismatch nightmare that you playing small against him, you're kind of playing to his favor. He wants that. And he's such a good rebounder, too. He had a big offensive rebound late in that fourth quarter and one layup. And it was like
off the air ball, right?
Yeah. So he may be not a center, but he can make his presence known in the paint.
How you feeling, P? Because I'm thinking still OKC. Like, as much as this game went down wrong, they just needed one or two more plays, and it kind of seals up the game.
Yeah, that's the thing about sometimes being too good hurts you too. Because this is my boy, I love him, but I didn't prepare to see AJ Mitchell. They was playing so well that they was just like, you know what, man, you know what I'm saying?
And he got in and he took some shots.
He took shots.
Yeah, he took shots.
Offensive rebound, got it back to him. He said, I'm scoring in the NBA Finals, damn it. I don't know how many minutes I'm getting, but I'm scoring in the NBA Finals. I'm taking that back to the crib. So I feel like I hate to say this because I am rooting for the Pacers. I think one of the worst things that could have happened was them winning game 1. Because now OKC is going to get ultra locked in.
Wait, okay, I'm listening.
I mean, yeah, it sounds crazy. It is it's crazy to say. But OKC is about to get extremely locked in. Well, I don't think you're going to see a lot of overthinking. I don't know if we're going to see AJ Mitchell again unless they up 25 points.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to have possessions where Shea is just like, let me just see what I could do right here. I think you about to get straight kill mode. I think J-Dub, like Darrick said, will have a much better series. As far as the small ball lineup, I prefer the Pacers personally. I think the Thunder have that advantage when they go big because the Pacers lack the rebounder. But I think in this game, the Pacers had.
They out-rebounded them significantly.
Especially
but that also is just because they got more shots. You know what I'm saying? They gave up more shots.
When I speak on rebounding, I'm talking about the 13 offensive rebounds.
That's more of a talking point. I think a lot of people looking at total rebounds. They got rebounded by 17.
Yeah,
OKC took 20 more shots. So yeah, of course.
Lost. It's crazy. I care about turnovers and the OR. Those are my main things.
Offensive rebounds definitely swing a game.
Swing it like hell.
So the best shot to get sometimes that 3-ball.
That scramble.
Yeah, that 3-ball for offensive rebound. It messes. The defense just ain't set.
We got 0 Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein minutes in this one. I thought that was surprising.
Yeah, when I actually to start the game when I saw Case and Wallace starting, I was like, whoa, like y'all been running the iHeart Chet thing, but they essentially said we gonna match the Pacers type of lineup.
And again, it's hard to say that they were wrong. They forced 19 turnovers in the half, right? But I just thought we would at least see some of it. I think that is the thing. If it doesn't work for 2-minute stretch, then cool. But 0 minutes after we just watched it play really well together in the first 3 rounds, that was a bit.
What's more valuable, those two in securing that glass, or Case and Wallace, Caruso?
I don't even think it boils down to that. I think Isaiah Hartenstein, and we saw it in his 17-minute stretch, the offense just looks better when he's on the court. Because he's such a good passer for his position. And then when they play together, how many times have we seen in this postseason the 4-5 lob between Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren? Like, we got none of that. And we look at the final box score, it's like, what, 39 made field goals, 13 assists? Like, that number goes up if we get more Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet together because they move the ball.
I will say one thing, though. Pascal Siakam usually has these great bounce-back games. Like, he was okay, but we know that we've seen him play significantly better.
Oh, trust me.
And so in game 2, he might be a little bit. He's gonna be a lot better than what we saw in game 1.
He might be, yeah. But I also think, man, it'd just be crazy watching the the Thunder defend night and day versus the Knicks series.
Yeah,
Night and day.
Yeah.
but the
Pascal
Pistons
may
really
have to
adjusted.
he may have to really be effective with getting in where he can fit in, just being an overall really good player versus like having these crazy scoring
He was
outbreaks.
able to get some of them leak outs, too.
It ain't impossible, but
Yeah, the times and also the times where Case and Wallace got switched on him, he immediately took advantage of those
Yes.
matchups. So
that was my favorite parts of that first quarter.
Because he
for the
didn't
Pacers.
wait. As soon as he saw the
Yeah,
ball,
well,
he turned and shot
yes.
every single time. And I thought that was cool. I thought they got a little bit greedy of it in the second half and had to go away from it a little bit. Because then they were trying to throw it into a goddamn hole that was this big.
I didn't understand that, bro.
It was like, what are we doing?
And it was
here?
also sometimes to Miles Turner.
Yeah.
You're trying to throw it through all those arms.
And
You're
Miles
trying to
Turner,
get it through.
he ain't Pascal Siakam on that block. So I think I'm cool with not giving him an opportunity.
Oh man, Miles Turner had an offensive rebound. He brought it down. Give me that fucking ball, Caruso.
It was too much of that.
It was
man.
it was like high school.
Richard Jefferson on the whole call was like,
Catch it
he's
high, keep it
big.
high.
You gotta keep it big. You gotta keep it high.
I said in my video, it reminded me of playing Proviso East.
Oh, you brought the
You
ball low
cannot
against
bring the
Proviso
ball
East?
down
You
against
gonna
Proviso
you
East,
let the
and they're
little
going to
guys
pressure
get
you.
it.
They're going to pressure you, bro.
You're gonna and it's a lot of traffic in there too, so the refs they can't always see when they hacking you.
Yeah, that's
They used to
100%
definitely
true.
hack
Caruso was so funny. That man ain't never committed a foul in his life.
in his life. In
He
his
want
life.
to be as physical as
Bro,
possible
but-
on the court.
but
The
that's-
moment that whistle blown,
I love that when they replay and Richard Jefferson be like, that's a foul.
I love it
What
too.
did
though.
Richard Jefferson say?
Oh, you talking about his that when he was like, that man ain't got no pen or pencil, but he know how to draw attention.
Yes.
That's nuts.
I love Caruso's part too, because especially when he only played like 25 to 30 minutes, so he could eat up them fouls, bro.
Oh, he
Like,
definitely going to get
oh, yeah,
fouled.
Like I might as well hack.
Yeah,
I might as well.
He had a
That's
couple
literally how you
finishes
play.
at the rim, too, that were nasty.
Bro, that was the one I'm like, who did he take off the dribble?
I don't remember.
He took somebody
He had
off the
one-
dribble, and I'm like, bro.
But he had one where he got a steal and he tried to go head down to the basket and got a charge.
I'm like, bro, Caruso, Isaiah Joe, Case and Wallace cannot be hurting y'all off the dribble, bro. They cannot. You got. Come on, man.
Somebody in chat, Medley says, Lucky went to Proviso East.
He did.
I did not know that.
He was classmates with Javon. I think that's what Javon told me. That's how I
funny.
found out.
I wonder if this guy Medley who said that is from Chicago, does he just know that from the music?
He probably just knows.
We said that on the podcast.
Oh, we
before.
have?
Yeah.
I feel like it's the first time I heard it. Yeah, man, I was really surprised at the no double big lineup, though. And I'm sure we're going to see at least some of it. I'm sure we won't see A.J. Mitchell play. I'm sure we probably see more Kenrich Williams than his 30 seconds that he played. And from the Pacers side, like they said, they didn't even play well. They shot it well, don't get me wrong. They shot 46% from three, but they didn't have an amazing game. Neither their star players, we walk out and saying, yep,
They did it
that's
by
the
committee.
reason.
I think
did
they
it by committee.
legitimately did it by committee. I think even Thomas Bryant came in and hit a three. Like they literally
What is
did
with
it all
him
by
now?
committee.
Yeah, what is with him now in them corner threes, dog?
It's the OVO 10s he's wearing.
Yeah. They was hunting his ass, though, on the other side.
Yeah.
He might have gave up all 5 of his points. He may have gave up triple that.
Bob
in this
Myers gave a roadmap for them to win the series, and it was something like they have the crazy shooting performance like they did in game 1. Get a couple Haliburton.
Do you think it
games.
is a crazy shooting performance? Because they've been shooting this well
They
all.
shot 40%.
Yeah,
They're the
they-
best shooting team in the playoffs.
Anyway, keep going. I'm sorry.
No, that's a good question. I
I just don't know if it classifies as a crazy shooting night when they shot what
They do it.
3%
The
higher
only
than what they
reason I'm
normally
giving
do.
them that because they didn't do shit else for 3 quarters.
Right. Okay.
Nothing else went like the normal.
All the
pace
shots
away.
were very timely.
So
I can agree with that.
this is an interesting
And
series.
I felt like
though.
and it's crazy. Nembhard had 14 points, but it felt like they were. It felt
Well,
like
8 of them was in the fourth
yeah,
quarter.
8 of them was in the fourth. That might have been that's the biggest 8 points he ever scored because it felt like he was just. I don't know. It felt like he had more than 14.
I agree.
I know. If he would have hit
that.
that, because he hit the 3 on Shea, he had another one, but he had missed it. If he would have hit that one too, then nah, it would have
I
definitely
keep
been like.
replaying that.
It's nasty,
Like
bro.
that. I'm just like, oh,
Everybody was mad at Breen on the call though,
Oh, 'cause
because he
he-
fumbled.
oh,
He fumbled the call. Like he fumbled the players involved, and then he fumbled like how many points they were down after the shot.
Yeah.
They said we watching them be washed in real time.
Yeah.
He also said Dallas.
You can't do shit in today's world.
You can't.
If you ain't perfect, man, you can't do shit.
I'm sure that kept him up though. If you watch his interviews, he think about his misses all the time as a commentator. I'm sure that's one of them. And then he talked about the no bang thing. That he
he said he stays those for threes.
Which I don't blame him, man. It's okay, be all right.
Yeah.
You know what else I agree with you on? I don't think we talked about it here, but I think I seen you say something about it on Twitter, and it was annoying the hell out of me too. Knicks fans was pissing me off with Reggie. Like, I don't give a fuck that Reggie Miller. He's a Pacer fan. What the fuck? There was plenty of times when he was on the broadcast saying, though, like, man, I don't know if that's a foul or
I don't think he was biased on the broadcast.
At all.
He had one moment where in that game where he was like, we ain't got no offensive rhythm right now. And I laughed at it. And I was like, I don't care.
It does not bother me at all.
I think it would bother somebody else if they didn't know he played for he was a Pacers legend.
And also you wouldn't, as a casual fan just walking in and you heard him on the call, you're not going to know he is a Pacer fan.
Mm-hmm.
But even if I did know, it wouldn't really bother me. I'm watching the game.
And also, I didn't care that he was celebrating with the Pacers.
It also don't bother me because Joe Buck used to do the World Series, and Joe Buck used to be a little biased.
Also, last year when they played against each other, ESPN had that, and Stephen A. Smith was on. He was on the pregame show, halftime and postgame.
Yeah,
and it was they didn't talk about the Pacers for a single second the entire run. It was just like, hey, I'm Stephen A. Smith. I love the Knicks. Spike Lee, come be in the broadcast. It was all Knicks. So it's like, who cares?
When Tom Brady did the commentator for the Super Bowl and he's talking about Patrick Mahomes the whole game, I thought that shit was hilarious, knowing that he didn't want Patrick Mahomes to get closer to his legacy. I thought that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't really mind. It don't really bother me. And now if it was overly glazing, I could probably get annoying, I guess, for a viewer. Yeah. But I didn't because I honestly did not feel like Reggie Miller allowed it to blind him. There was certain calls where he felt like Nesmith was fouling Brunson. You know what I mean? And he would be like, man, no, that's a foul. Or that's a travel. Or, man, it was certain times where calls was going to Pacers' way, and I heard Reggie Miller say, I don't know about that. You got to let them play. So, but it's Reggie Miller. When he's calling a game as a person who has watched basketball, that I think he was going to be nicked out. You get what I'm saying? But it made fun. Like when Tyrese Haliburton hit the shot and pointed to him and that was dope to me.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that than
Maybe we should put the broadcast booth one fan of this team and one fan of that team. So now we got who's on the Knicks broadcast? Get Frazier or get Breen to do that to do that series with.
Yeah, if the Knicks was in the NBA Finals, Breen would have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Knicks fans would have a problem with it.
No, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't. But they don't have to ever worry about that, am I right?
They wouldn't be saying that at all. No, we don't have to worry about here and give me the hot sauce on the damn NBA Finals. That's what we don't have to worry about.
Who has the damn finals next year? Is it still ESPN?
I'm not sure. But we know you trying to throw a shot at the Knicks. No. One thing we do know, the Bulls is not going to be in that motherfucker. They'll be back in the lottery. Talking about, let me look at the no-ceilings things. I can see who we going to get. Thomas Sorber, another 12th overall pick. Shout out to the Bulls.
Hey, Shea and Tyrese Haliburton were drafted around 12, so we good. We gonna draft our star.
They were both traded, so you would have to trade for them.
And we lose trades.
Yeah, Caruso is in the NBA Finals. Not who did y'all even?
Giddey.
Oh, Giddey. Damn, I forgot.
Ain't nothing else.
Giddey was watching the finals. I thought that was cool.
He's rooting for his boys.
Yeah.
He's rooting for OKC. How do you feel about that? Should he be rooting against them?
Yeah, he should hate every single person on that team. He should have deleted their number, left the group chat. He should hate Sam Presti.
I still be thinking about that Paul George stuff. I think it's insane how both the teams are in the damn finals, and it's kind of like off the back of him. Not necessarily like directly, but it's just like it just sticks in the back of my mind.
No, pretty directly, man. They one trade away. Like J-Dub and
Rose 25 said, "Mata's got us. Don't worry."
Oh, that's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. Shea and Dub are both Paul George trade pieces. And then Sabonis was a Paul George trade piece, and he got traded for Haliburton. They're just one trade away and two trades away. They're pretty directly impacted by Paul George, man. He should get a fucking ring regardless.
He should.
No, because then he's not going to be on his bully next season.
He still got to.
He was supposed to be on his bully miss.
It's gonna be like it's not gonna be like an actual like championship. It's gonna be like a class ring.
He was supposed to be on his
that's
bully
crazy.
years ago. He said back on my bully years ago. He overdue.
Was he on? He overdue. Okay.
No,
I trust Paul George bounce back, baby.
Does he start the season during the podcast, or does he lock in immediately?
Nah.
Here's my take on that. I think players and people, they get too fucking caught up into it. If you're gonna do the podcast, just do it.
Yeah.
Once you get to, man, we lose, so I'm gonna stop. It's all stupid. You're either on podcast. That's why I respect Draymond. Draymond is gonna do what he gonna do. Draymond have a bad game, is gonna podcast. If you have a great game, you gonna podcast. Just podcast and hoop. Podcasting is not something that should be an excuse for your performance. I think that's a cop-out.
Yeah.
Because it ain't like you're talking about anything crazy on a podcast anyway.
They not prepping shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I'm gonna talk about what happened in the game. It's a 1 hour commitment in a lot of cases. Because it ain't like they got to edit it. They have full teams for that.
A full team. And because Paul George is an NBA player and other NBA players, the team is going to set everything. If you want them to, they'll come up with the talking points. They'll do everything. And all you really have to do is sit your ass down and talk. So I ain't finna get up here and act like he's doing some historical NBC podcast where he's prepping.
I think the Sixers are so interesting just because they're a real big question mark, and more so, I guess, with Joel Embiid and what level can he come back to? Because that's where really I think everything else kind of falls in line. Like, that's the reason why you picked up Paul George. Tyrese Maxey has been like right next to Joel Embiid. But if he's not at that level, it's just like we might have to start thinking about what we're going to do next.
And they got blessed with a number 3 pick where they can either draft or they could trade. So they do have a valuable asset going into the offseason with the number 3 pick. So
I think they drafted. I haven't seen a single mock trade for 3 that made sense to me.
I would love for them to trade back, but that's another conversation.
He's going to take Concanoob at 3 and they'll be fine.
Listening to like everything, that would be
crazy.
That'd be the
That would be
worst shit they could ever do.
Yeah, you might as well just trade back then.
That's what I want them to
Yeah.
say back. I hope they don't. Yeah, that would be, what the fuck? You got Jared McCain and Quentin Grimes you about to pay. I hope they don't draft at that position. I don't think Con Knippel was a bad player. I think he's going to be a really good pickup for somebody. But they got so many guys that I wish that there was a way that they could trade back and get a 4. CMB
And get a
would be,
who?
a
You
4.
said 4? Okay.
CMB would be good with them, just not at 3.
Well, he'll probably be there at 12.
Yeah.
So if they want to trade the team that has the 12th overall pick,
Y'all don't have shit, man.
And then Ace Bailey a Bull.
But then they drafted him with Modest Vucevic. The Bulls would, hey, fuck what he talking about. The Bulls would love to have Ace Bailey.
well, what did I say?
You was just silent.
Oh, I'm cool.
He just knows.
And we living in a world where we know it's not going to happen, so I'm cool. I don't care who the fuck it would be at 3, actually.
Yeah, don't listen to Twitter. You don't stumble your way into being in the conversations of top 3 in an NBA draft. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. There is something there, obviously. Now, the thing about the draft is it's situational. Where you go and what your role is everything.
Yeah.
That's why it's like.
That's kind of why it's always interesting. Like, I know they had Jared McCain pop off as a rookie, but I just don't. Are you going to strike gold with that again, having another rookie come in and have an amazing rookie season?
How much y'all trust what he did in his 20-some games?
I trust it a
it a lot because I just felt like he moved a lot. He moved well without the ball. He played. If he has Joel Embiid on the court, Joel's going to do nothing but demand all the attention in the world. So he also has Paul George and Maxey. So he will still be getting open looks.
I trust it based off the fact that that's what he did. It's what got him drafted. Did the same thing at Duke. Then did it at the rookie year. Now, is he going to be having 30-point games? Probably not. You know what I mean? We didn't even get to see him go through adversity where he hit a wall and had to climb. We never got a chance to see
we literally
that.
saw him at his high, and
That was it.
then he got hurt.
I like how his mindset. He's been doing like the NBA final correspondence. A lot of his questions are, he don't really give a damn about the response for the general public. He's asking for himself, asking about like the mental side of the game for Shea and all of these different things because he's trying to grow as a player. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's the bag. I'm interested to see like if he becomes a starter, if the backcourt is going to be a miniature backcourt with him and Maxey, do we see him had a ball a little bit more? Because I think that's the area in his game that kind of evaporated a bit when he got to Duke playing with Proctor and Jeremy Roach and all of those guys. And then now going to the Sixers, you're playing Paul George and Maxey and Embiid. think there's a world where he's going to play a limited role, but there's more to his game. I think they can strike gold, Darrick, because I think the reason they can strike gold twice is because of the foundation there. They're so tough,
Absolutely.
though, because like Mike said, you just don't know. Like at 3, should I draft for upside and just plan on my future? Or do I draft with thinking that Embiid is going to be back and this is a playoff team?
So I guess the question is, who is the guy for both those questions?
CMB, but he's not 3 worthy.
So CMB is the second option. So we draft for fit, and then you're saying the upside is Ace Bailey.
I would draft Ace Bailey, yeah. Because Ace Bailey is also a wing. So I got a backcourt I can invest in for my future, and now I have a wing. And now he's also in that realm. I believe in taking swings. I don't believe in taking swings at 3. So even if you like Maui Watch, I wouldn't like. There's a world where all of these. So they're saying the Nets would take Ace Bailey. When you have people that are infatuated with that 3, you can't take your swing at 3 because you should trade back. You can get some added value. So if you want to trade back, and there's a world where you could get Cam Johnson in the 8th pick, and you give them 3 or something, I think you have to do that versus saying, this is the guy we really love, and we just going to take him at 3.
Yeah.
You have to do that at 11, at 9, at 8. We really love
the Suns
Jeremiah
did with
Green.
Cam Johnson.
3 too valuable of
Thank
a
you.
pick to be doing that with.
Yeah.
So, I'm trading back, especially because I think the biggest part you said is they just already have the foundation. Even if Joel Embiid comes back at 50% or some whatever.
No, I don't think the question on whether or not they should is like, how can they? Right? How can you trade back? What are you putting into the trade contractually to get something back that makes trading back worth it?
Yeah, I mean, that depends on what you're getting back at that point.
Because it's not like they got a ton of contracts on the books right now.
They don't.
Yeah.
So it's not like they got 2 bad. I mean, Paul George is a bad contract, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm. What team you said?
The Nets.
The Nets.
Yeah, I think
Actually?
you have to take trading Paul George out of your psyche.
I don't think it's happening.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be hard to trade some of those bad contracts. Bradley Beal is probably not gonna be moved. I know the Suns say they don't want
He
him
has
back.
a no trade clause. which
He
makes it
might
tough.
hit what I read yesterday. He might do something that no player has ever. Well, I'm sorry, not no player ever. One of the few players in
I was
NBA
about to
history
say, what you finna say?
to get bought out
With that
with
much-
multiple years
Yeah.
on a deal. And not only that, the motherfucker got like 100 M's on it.
Yeah.
$100 million buyout is crazy. Do you remember when they used to do the amethyst?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did that to
No,
Carlos
no.
Boozer.
Amethyst is the fucking
Amnesty.
amnesty.
Yeah.
Amethyst is my team.
It's an emerald, right?
But yeah,
Or
you
gem.
know exactly what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to
Because
find.
they really don't want him back. And because no one wants that contract.
There
And
was
the thing about these bad contracts is that I had to gut my roster. Like, Larry Markkanen contract is so big that, like, yeah, it don't make sense to trade for him. I have to give you multiple quality players in order to match that contract. So, like, trading for some of these contracts just don't even make sense for some of these teams no more.
And there's very little dumping ground nowadays. Everybody think they got a chance to be in the playoffs. So because of that, we're not just gonna take your bad contract, even though we suck.
here's a mock trade. Shout out to Sixers Daily. They've been rocking with us for a very long time. The 76ers get Cam Johnson. They get the 19th pick. They get the 26th pick, and they get a 2028 first-round pick, which is their own. They get a pick back from 2028. And the Nets get Kelly Oubre, Andre Drummond, and the number 3 overall pick. So you don't get the 8th pick,
Yeah, the 18.
but you get 19,
Oh, 19.
26, and you get a future 2028 with Cam Johnson.
Not worth it for the 76ers.
Yeah, if I have a top 3 pick, I don't want to go all the way that low. I would
Now-
rather get the 8th pick.
Here's another one. You get the 8th pick, you get the 26th pick, and you get the 36th pick with your 2028 own first round, and then they get number 3. So it's no players, it's just picks for pick.
It's just a matter of who you like in the draft most, I guess.
That would be a little.
And you
I
said
wouldn't
I
be
get my
mad at
pick
that.
back?
For 2028.
Yeah, that's actually.
But
yeah.
you getting 8, you getting 26, you getting 36.
Yeah, and I'm getting my future pack. Oh, yeah, I'll do that deal. Are there any protections on that pick? Like,
But can the 76ers bring in 3 first-round rookies in the first place?
They would be bringing in 2.
2 first rounds?
36.
Oh,
is
36.
the second round. I think they hell yeah, they can. Who do they have?
I don't know. That's why I'm genuinely asking. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if it's, are you that committed to
Ricky Council.
I didn't want to say no names.
Ricky gave paid him some money.
I love me some Ricky.
He brought up Ricky. Ricky, he wasn't shooting at you
does
because
his
he
thing.
definitely
I
brought
remember
up.
when
He
they
dunked
had
on somebody.
When they had was it a year or two ago? When they basically had nobody on their roster.
He was playing. I think that was this year.
Yeah.
I think that was
He was
this
the
year.
only
and
person
Justin
they
Edwards?
re-signed. Or the only person still signed.
Because
to the
you got Justin Edwards, but then you're probably gonna lose Yabusele.
Yep.
You got like the Jeff Dowtons of the world. Does Jeff Dowtin stop you from bringing in?
No, he doesn't.
So I think there's a world they could. Now, you know who can't bring in all of their first-round picks? Is a team that's giving them up.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn cannot bring in 5 picks. They got 4 first-rounders in a second. That's 5 picks you're bringing in. They won't be able – because so giving up some to move up, I'm with that for them. But I also kind of like them staying at 8 and getting Jeremiah Fears. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
I like that too. Get you a bigger point guard.
You know what I mean? Well,
Huh?
he ain't that damn big, but
Well, he like 6'3", 6'4".
yeah, 6'3", 6'4".
I didn't know that was a big point guard now.
Hey,
That's a
I
normal.
think
The 2 point guards in the finals right now, them some big point guards.
they are, but I think there's those guards that's like 6'1", 6'2". That's
Like
just
Brunson?
hard. It's just harder to hide them defensively.
I get what you mean.
He's so damn small right now.
He's so little.
He's going to look 6'1" because he's so
Yeah.
skinny. So,
Give it a few years though.
but
He
that's
had
a good
little
team to have
time.
a draft a point guard who's going to struggle. Like point guards, young point guard. He should be going into college this year. It's going to be tough, but I think that's a good team to like allow him to get some experience on. So, we'll see. What they talking about in that chat? Anything worthy?
They said stop hating on Ricky Council. That was from Derek Queen.
Nobody hated on Ricky Council.
The actual Darrick Queen?
Yeah, it was him.
He had the check mark.
Yeah, he got a check mark.
Nothing good.
What can OKC do in the offseason? Like, that's the type of question that we see. How about we win this series before? Why are you thinking offseason?
What can't OKC do in the offseason?
I would love to see them add another ball handler.
They got it with Nikola Vucevic. He's just right there.
Another rookie? Just add to the mix.
So they get
I
even
just still think it's
younger.
unfair that you could legit go out and damn near get anything you want. Like, and they're already in the finals. So they like one of the teams I at least worry about in the offseason because whatever
They
they
seem to always
add,
make
it's
the
just
right
saying.
choice.
you know, you remember how when the Warriors would just pick up somebody, it could be Maurice Space, and you like, yeah,
Yes,
they got
bro.
Maurice Space
Yes,
now too.
David West on his last leg.
They got him
Hey,
now.
man.
It's just they so damn good. Whatever
Ian
they
Clark.
add, it's just
That
gonna
boogie
sound, it's
signing
gonna
really
sound good.
changed our brain chemistry.
He said, "I'm a warrior."
It's like, they got another one. Oh, my God.
They might mess around and bring back Dennis Schroeder.
Before we move on to the next topic, did anything that happened in game 1 make you flip? Not your prediction, but how you feel about the series? Like, we all picked OKC in like 5 or 6 may
Yeah.
have been the latest we went.
Based on how the Pacers play, it don't feel like it's going to be a 5-game series. I think this might go 6 or 7.
But you still are going OKC.
I'm torn. I don't know yet.
I
was
still
just-
feel confident in my pick and what I said.
Yeah, I don't feel confident in it being 5 games, but it's definitely going to be an extended
You
series.
gonna give them 6 because they won the one. I'm still keeping it in 5.
Saying,
Yeah,
Like,
they're going to riddle off 5 in a row. 4 in a
Four in a
row.
row.
2001 NBA Finals, baby.
I mean, it's definitely possible. And Pete said it earlier, like they are a super responsive team. When they get beat or they feel like they lost the game like that, they come out and they usually beat teams by
They
damn
spank
near
ass.
30.
Yeah.
That's just
don't
what
get
they
it twisted though. I want this to go 7.
do.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the Pacers, but I'm you know.
It'd be crazy if they stole both games at home again.
Oh my gosh, I don't even. Why are you bringing it up?
Dude, it would be the most improbable.
You trying to get a
champion
fight
ever.
going? You trying to entertain the
I'd be mad
people in
at
the
it.
live show? You trying to fight right now? Huh?
If it's one team that could do it,
Trust me, I know. I fucking know.
Yeah, this is
If
the
they do
one-
that, we got to go to game 3 again. The fuck?
It's the
And
one
so they
Pacers
win.
series.
You know they emailed y'all, right?
Who?
The
I
Pacers.
think they did.
Yeah, they
I think
emailed
did.
me. They was like, "Hey, we got a seat for you," because I guess they watching it at the arena. And I guess since we paid money to go to the playoff, they was like, "We can RSVP and go."
Oh.
But it's like, I'm not driving.
Just watch it at the crib.
Yeah, to
You
watch,
had to watch it on the big screen.
But I felt like
You
that
gotta be a
was dope.
diehard to do that for sure. You gotta be a
I feel like
diehard.
that's some like I'm in the area.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's-
saying?
If
that's
I
my-
lived
that's
there,
my-
I would go.
Yeah.
Yeah. If the Bulls had did that, I probably would have pulled up. Why not? But then again, I'm not a Bulls fan, and Bulls don't do shit like that. So
We had no opportunity to, P.
yes, I
It's
had.
all gonna
I
do it
went
for-
to a
they gonna
Bulls
do it for the
playoff
play-in
game before.
game.
They wasn't doing that shit. I'm old. I was there when Derrick Rose was in trying to get the. Matter of fact, I was at the Bulls game when Derrick Rose had a suit on.
I was at the game when Mike Dunleavy was hooping.
He was being
And
dirty.
Giannis beat his ass.
He was being dirty.
No,
he
he ain't get caught. He ain't get caught.
Was-
Giannis is the dirty player.
Was that the
He got
game you went to though?
I honestly don't remember much from Giannis in that series. Or that
They had
game.
that
Not
little
that series,
altercation
but
on the
that game.
sideline.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
fucking bulldozed over Mike Dunleavy.
Mike
That's
Dunleavy-
why he'll never be able to trade for Giannis. He don't like Giannis. You know, he make the decisions for the Warriors. We forgot about that. They
Yeah.
want Giannis. No, they don't. Mike Dunleavy don't
Yeah.
rock with Giannis.
Right.
See, that's something y'all don't remember. All right. I got some trades here.
They too young.
We're closer and closer to the offseason. You know, Shams Charania said that this is going to be maybe the craziest offseason of all time.
I'm ready for it. I need it.
I'm gonna let you know.
And Lakers better be in there too.
I'm gonna give you
Well, you
two
know they in
thoughts
there.
on every single trade. I'm gonna give you my own thoughts, and I'm gonna tell you what my sources have been telling me.
Got you.
My multiple sources.
This is from Bleacher Report, by the way. Shout out to Andy Bailey over at BR.
AB.
Never met Andy Bailey when we was over there.
So the title of the article is at least one trade idea for every team watching the 2025 NBA Finals at home.
Okay.
First
So this should
trade,
be like 28 trades.
22 trades. Trae Young ends up in Orlando for Suggs, Black, Jet Howard, a top 10 protected first round pick in 2027. Talk to me.
No. I just,
There we go. All
it
right,
just-
next trade.
It just,
I
I want.
No.
Hey,
I just think Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs is too good of a defender. for me
Oh
to
my
just-
goodness,
And also
bro.
KCP he's not it,
Bro,
so.
you are fucking hilarious.
I
I
like
just-
that
it-
trade. If
I-
I'm the
you like
Magic, I
that?
would do it.
I
I'm
like
not
that
trading.
trade too.
Jalen Suggs has been super,
Nah.
like, he damn near irreplaceable what he does on defense.
I will say this to Darrick's defense. I like the trade. But to your defense, the reason I wouldn't do it if I was Orlando is because I don't think that they're so far away that they need
A
Trae
Trae Young?
Young. I just want to just get us Anthony Simons. Can we get a glimpse of what
Yeah, I can
Anthony
see that
Simons
too.
would do?
I'm
But
I
why
believe in that.
stop there? Why not just go get the guy?
Because Trae Young is going to make X amount of dollars.
Yeah, he's up for an extension.
Anthony Simons is just a $21 million player on the
Who's
last
also-
year of that deal.
And
I
also,
don't think even in his best year with the Magic, I don't think it will be
What Trae Young
what
getting?
Trae Young is
But
going to
should
be.
they
that's,
care?
that's understandable.
Yes, they should care because you already paid Franz. You're about to pay Paolo. When you now get Trae Young, we see in the first, second apron effect. If you're doing that just to be a second round team, then you probably fucked up.
and also,
Personally,
Nat-
you're right though. There is a conversation. Should they care?
I don't think they should care because
Should they
Anthony
care?
Simons won't have the ceiling that Trae Young does.
but also, I think this is a team that's defensive minded. Trae Young naturally is. I
Bro,
know
they have enough defense to
They
guard
do.
for Trae Young.
They still ended up being a good
But I
defense
think-
without Jalen Suggs this year.
they did.
Trae
but-
Young was just on a good defensive team last year. He's not a good defender, but he was on a good defensive team.
I do believe they're gonna have to
also
sacrifice
good
some
defensive team.
defense.
Because if
Bro, when
you're
they had
if you're
Dyson
saying
Daniels,
that,
Jalen Johnson, and all them, they were.
I think they
a
might have
good-
been league average around there.
They was
That's
better
good
than
for
what
a
you would
Trae
think for a
Young
Trae
team.
Young
But-
team.
If you keep that mindset, then the Orlando Magic will never get better.
No, you're right. But I just don't.
They just
think
have to have internal development as the thing.
I just don't see giving up my all defensive caliber guard.
Well, it might be a blessing because that Jalen Suggs contract is nuts. And you like, which version of him is the real version of him? The one that got him
Is
paid?
it nuts?
It might not look nuts in 2
Because
years or
it's about
so.
that's about to be what a standard starting player is. Trae Young contract could be nuts because he's going to make all NBA teams. He's going to make all-star teams.
Is he?
If he goes for the Magic, there's a world he could. Be
Oh,
an
I'm just saying
All-NBA
that he's always the guy to get snubbed for shit. So I'm like, is he going to make any of those teams?
I would never be surprised. I would never be surprised. He always is going to have a chance to go and be an All-NBA player
Mm-hmm.
and hit some type of incentive, and is now making a crazy amount of money.
Yeah, because what's he at now? Basically like 50 mil.
Is he?
I think he.
I would
If
say
he's
if
not
I had
on
a
the
guess, I would
if
say
he's not,
44.
if he's not there now, then his probably next contract will be.
I would
around
say
50.
44. That would be my guess. 44.
Y'all know who about to get a big raise?
Us, hopefully.
True.
If I don't, I'm retiring.
I had looked at Nimhar's contract.
I'm getting him. He got paid.
Them are
Yeah, no.
extension.
No, but this
It's
year
about
he's
to
making
kick
$2
in.
million.
Yep.
Next year
Yeah.
he makes like
Oh.
18 million.
But,
I'm like,
but that ain't,
damn.
but
That's a
that
nice
ain't
jump.
shit.
Yeah, it really is. For his production, he should have held down.
But I
a
was
little
like,
bit.
those checks, he going from 2 million to 18.
When
he get that first one, he gonna be like, damn.
When I seen them promo this live and it said, will Mike get paid? Find out. I said, oh yeah. Glad this contract ended. Come on. A shout out to the homie who took the comments from the one video of 200 to 1,000. I'm about to do some wild shit at the end of this show.
For the sake
So I
of
hope
engagement.
somebody
You
ready
got to
to
do
fight.
it in a few minutes when Stephen A. Smith pop on.
Is you ready? Because we finna get it to it. Somebody up here finna fight.
I got Marshawn.
Somebody finna fight me. I'm finna fight somebody. I'm finna have my Draymond Green moment.
Let's
No, shout out to Draymond.
let's do a couple more trades before we get our guests onto the show. Here's LaMelo Ball trade. Hey, you didn't like Trae Young going to the Orlando Magic. What about LaMelo for Jalen Suggs, Jet Howard, and pick 16?
I'm not trading Jalen Suggs for LaMelo Ball.
Jalen Suggs is the most untouchable player in the league.
If that, forget what you're talking about. If that's all it takes, I'm getting LaMelo Ball. Did you hear that trade, Mike?
You said Jalen Suggs,
Jet Howard is 16. No other.
I'm still keeping Anthony Black. Oh, hell yeah. I'm doing that trade. For sure.
Come on, LaMelo.
Yep, come on.
Come on.
What is your mindset?
LaMelo ass can't stay on the court.
That's valid. Neither can Jalen Suggs.
He had one. Wasn't that just 1 year though?
The way he plays, you have to project that Jalen Suggs is going to be a guy who, I'm not saying is going to miss the year. He's going to be a pretty banged up player. He plays that way. He's a former quarterback. He plays with a sense of ferociousness that comes with being injured with nagging injuries.
I'm also interested. I just had never seen LaMelo play with a structured team. I know that sounds crazy, but
No, his rookie season, they made the playoffs.
Nah, they were close.
They were 41-41. I'm pretty sure
They
made
lost
it.
in the play-in.
Oh, I forgot the play-in is a thing. Fuck. They were the 7th seed, though, and lost 2 games.
I think they lost 2 games. LaMelo Ball has never played in the playoffs.
yeah.
Well, that was a structured team. They were 500, which is the best you can probably get.
But if he can
in
do this on an
Charlotte.
unstructured team, imagine what he could do with a structured team. If he's able to have the performances he had with fucking Diabate, imagine what it is when it's Paolo Banchero.
You're right. Franz Wagner.
Kicking it to France.
You know what he gonna do too? You know what he gonna do?
What's up?
He's not gonna kick it. He's gonna shoot the 12 threes his damn self.
That's your spacer right there.
He's gonna give you 12 threes a game. You want 3-point
Attempts.
production? You want ain't nobody in history made 12 threes. I hope I ain't have to explain
Not
that.
yet.
I don't know if anybody will be averaging 12 threes.
No.
If they do
there's
that,
no way.
this podcast will be retired or will be going on without
There's
me
no
because I'll
way
be
a
doing
defense
fucking
would allow
soccer.
you to make
The
12
average
threes.
12 threes.
As somebody
Averaging.
averaging 12 threes made, I'm doing a baseball podcast. I'm doing music podcast. I'm doing something. I'm doing in real life Twitch streams. I'm going to streaming university. And I'm gonna be calling Indy Love my ball.
People, that's crazy. People saying chill on Diabate.
No, he's really good, but he's not Paolo Banchero. Hey, let's stop that.
Somebody autocorrect popped in and it turned into diabetes.
Let's stop this thing in a culture where it's like if you say something, it's like you're disrespecting. He's not fucking Paolo Banchero.
Hustle his ass off, though.
Hustle is that can offensive rebound like not many others at his size.
We got time for another trade, right, Austin? I'll do one more. One quick one. Vucevic gets traded to the Golden State Warriors for pick 45, a 2028 second, Moses Moody and Buddy Hield.
I'm gonna
Take it.
I'm gonna let the Bulls fan.
You said
Take it.
You said a 2025 Moses Moody, Buddy Hield, and what else?
That's it.
Oh, that was it?
24th
That's
overall.
fine.
I mean, the
That's what I'm taking.
45th overall pick. So no first, 2 seconds, basically. 2 seconds
Because I'm not giving nothing up.
Sure. I'll do it.
I'm not giving
for
nothing
both
up.
sides.
I like it for Moses Moody. Let him come here. Let him do his thing. Get him some more opportunity. You could probably flip Buddy Hield. You don't have to keep him. He doesn't have to be.
They get
Bull.
Buddy Hield too.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that damn trade if I'm the Bull. I mean, if I'm the Warriors, I'm keeping Buddy Hield out there. He was playing. I'm sorry, he was hooping for them, bro.
You just gotta wonder what Buddy Hield you getting. I know what I'm getting from Vucevic at least.
Bro, Buddy Hield has some crazy
He
performances.
did. He did.
When it mattered the most.
That's why you always need a microwave, but they can get another one.
He's one of the greatest shooters.
I would just be okay with anything we got in return. But our special guest is ready to join the show.
I guess we got to put our headphones in.
Stephen A. Can you hear us?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
We
How's
doing
everything?
amazing. We're doing amazing. We
Appreciate you pulling up on us.
know you're a
No
busy
problem,
man.
man. My pleasure. My pleasure, man. How y'all been?
We've been amazing. So I think we're gonna start off now by talking about your and Pierre's New York Knicks. On Tuesday, they fired Tom Thibodeau. We didn't really get into it much. We didn't get a chance to talk about it. So first of all, I want to see how you feel about it so and so days later.
I didn't like it. Still don't like it. I thought it smells. It's one of them things where I've been critical of Tom Thibodeau in the past in terms of his rigidity, not utilizing his bench. I thought that Kenny Smith from TNT came up with the line of the year. when he said that Tom Thibodeau wouldn't want to play 9 dudes in a baseball game.
Yeah,
Because it's the absolute truth. That is true. But what's also true is that there's been back-to-back 50-win seasons. You win, you get to the conference finals for the first time in 25 years. You're 2 games away from the NBA Finals. You knocked off the reigning defending champions in the process. And even though Jason Tatum went down, they were about to lose game 4 and be down 3-1 anyway. When he was down, because they were down decidedly. The Knicks blew a game 1 game basis. We all about that. And in Boston, they were going down 3-1. I feel like Boston and for him to be after getting so close to the finals, after achieving what he has achieved, after having to deal with Leon Rose, the president, going against the grain to trade 5 first-round picks, 4 unprotected for Mikal Bridges, who isn't even an all-star. I like Mikal Bridges. He can ball. He's not a scrub. He can make a contribution. But hell, the Lakers didn't even give that up for Luka. And so if you look at it from that standpoint and to know that Tibbs, in terms of him being a defensive-minded coach, was compromised to some degree and still had the success that he had, I just thought that it was scapegoating him. And I didn't like that at all. That's not to say that Jason Kidd wouldn't be a better coach. It's not to say that somebody else wouldn't be a better coach than Tibbs when all is said and done. But all you can judge is what a person does while they're at the helm. And I think what Tibbs did, a lot of New York Knicks fans have a lot to be thankful for.
I got 2 questions for you on the topic of the Knicks and whoever's going to be the next coach. Who do you think is going to be our next coach, and who would you want to see as the coach for your own personal preference?
I have no idea who's going to be the coach because it's up in the air. I know that they're interested in Jason Kidd. I know Mike Malone would be interested in the Knicks job, former head coach for Denver, who just won an NBA championship a couple of years ago. I'm a fan of Rick Brunson in terms of his relationship with the players and what he's capable of doing, but that's not going to happen. And me personally, I'm always going to throw out the name Mark Jackson because I always hate the fact that he's clearly been blackballed. The man did a job for Golden State, set the stage for Steve Kerr to take over and look, like the 4-time champion that he is as a head coach. For him to depart from there and not even get another head coaching job in over a decade, not even an assistant coaching job, that's got blackball status written all over it. I don't like the way that smells. And considering that he's a Queens native, went to Bishop Loughlin High School in New York because I'm a native New Yorker, started at St. John's University, drafted by the Knicks, was a rookie of the year. We know what he represents and what he means to New Yorkers, and we know that nobody needs to question his basketball acumen. So I would always be interested in them giving somebody like him a look. I'm not saying they're going to do it, but you asked me what I would want, and I would definitely want that. But if we ended up getting a Jason Kidd, who for some inexplicable reason is believed by some anyway to want out of Dallas, if that were to happen, how the hell can I shit on that? I can't. I couldn't do that. I mean, Jason Kidd is a hell of a coach. I just don't know a line guy's name. He would want to leave Dallas, where you're going to have Cooper Flag's #1 pick. You got Anthony Davis. Kyrie Irving ultimately will be back. Gafford and Lively and those brothers and PJ. Dallas got a pretty damn good team if they're healthy. I don't know why he would want to leave that situation, go to New York. I imagine New York has to with that because Mark Cuban was there. Show Nico, I think it would be a bit different, but that shit would be. So maybe that's a situation that he deems untenable. I'm not sure. I haven't asked him about that, but it would be far-fetched.
What do you think about the relationship with Rick Brunson, right? Rick Brunson and Tom Thibodeau being so close. Obviously, Rick Brunson being the father of Jalen Brunson. How do you think that impacts what the hell happens with the Knicks next?
We that is yet to be seen, but I will tell you that Rick Brunson and I go back over 35 years or so. I covered Rick Brunson when he was at Temple. I was writing for the Philadelphia Inquirer. That's how far back we go.
Wow.
I know this brother's basketball acumen. I know his toughness. There's a reason Big Body Brunson, as my brother Kendrick Perkins affectionately calls him, is who he is and plays the way that he plays. And his dad is something special as a basketball mind, and he's very, very big on accountability as well. A lot like Tom Thibodeau. Maybe that will work against him. Maybe that won't. I don't know. But he doesn't have any NBA coaching experience, of course, outside of being an assistant. And so maybe that would be marked against him. And maybe they don't want to hand the reins to Jalen Brunson because there's some accountability and fairness to him. He's had an MVP caliber year. He was an all-star. He was a first-team All-NBA player. We know that, clutch player of the year. But let's be very, very clear. As much love as we should have for Jalen Brunson, and I most certainly do, there's a level of accountability that he has to harbor for the Knicks giving up 5 first-round picks because you wanted your boy. Now, on one hand, you can look at it as the New York Knicks did what they needed to do because you got to appease your superstar player because Jalen Brunson has played like a superstar. Not only that, he could have signed a deal last year. He could have waited rather than signing an extension last year. He could have waited and then got an additional 100 to 125 million more this year. He didn't do that. And so him doing it early and giving the Knicks the maneuverability to go out and do some of the things that they did, it's a credit to him in that regard, shows his character, and we understand that. But the flip side is that you let the Knicks go out just to get your boy and sacrifice the franchise. You don't give up 5 first-round picks for a non-all-star. You just don't do that. I was happy when the trade happened in terms of having Mikal Bridges, but when I saw the price that they paid for it, I said, damn it, this better work because this is going to get in the way of us being able to get Giannis. It's going to get in the way potentially of us being able to get KD or somebody like that. You got to have assets. These organizations are going to want those assets. And now here we are, chickens coming home to roost, because we learned that the Knicks were interested in acquiring KD before the trading deadline, and KD had interest, but they couldn't make it happen. And now we're hearing that Giannis might be interested in moving out of Milwaukee, and you're questioning whether or not the Knicks are going to have the assets to get him. Well, if you had 3 of those picks along with some of those players, you might be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
Now the chances of that happening don't look too great.
With the Indiana Pacers having another miraculous win, I know me and you ain't in the mood to talk about nothing Pacers related, but we have to. Does it change your viewpoint and stance on the rest of the finals and how it could potentially go, or are you still leaning towards the OKC Thunder having their way?
I think OKC is 6. I said from day one it could potentially go 7. I've never underestimated Indiana because I've always respected Indiana's offensive prowess. I know those brothers can score. They can put the ball in the hole. You know, you might have a primary ball handler like Haliburton, but Nembhard can handle the ball a little bit, as he showed the other night. Neesmith can shoot along with Nembhard. Miles Turner is no scrub. Pascal Siakam is a champion of the seasoned veteran in this league. TJ McConnell and Benedict Mathurin, coming off the bench, can't say enough about what they bring to the table. So I know they can score. And if you can score, and if you watch OKC enough, even though it's rare that they've been in a close game, like 3 points or less down the stretch, when that's happened, their record is like 3-6. It's like 1-4 in the postseason. So you can get them. They've shown you that, right? So because that's a reality that we're looking at where they struggle offensively, and they basically revert to ISO ball with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which almost any coach would do. The reality is that Shai, as brilliant as he is, worthy of a league MVP, got my vote for the league MVP for the 2nd consecutive year. A lot of times, even though he'll make a shot for you, he's Mr. Mid-range, he's Mr. Fall away, he can get to the hole at 6'6", he's deceptively strong. I don't know if y'all ever, I'm sure y'all have noticed how you got cats look bigger than him, look like linebackers, and he's shoving them off of him to get him off, to get his shot off. The brother's deceptively strong and skilled. But as the game wanes, because his 3-point shot is not that reliable, he shoots under 30%, and you know that, a lot of times it's a challenge for him to score in those very, very late game situations. And so because of that, teams know that, and they try to keep it close. And they're like, let's see what happens. Well, that's what Indiana did. Look at Rick Carlisle. Look what he was telling them. Y'all watch the game. He's like, Haliburton, man, don't throw the ball in the crowds. Don't throw the ball at the feet of a 7-footer. We can't make those mistakes against these brothers en route to commit 19 turnovers turnovers in the first half. They only committed 3 turnovers the last 18 minutes of the game. They protected the basketball, and they were patient. And they just waited, just lagged around, and they just waited. And let me not forget to give love to Obi Toppin, because that brother showed up and hit about 5 threes as well. Another former New York Knick, by the way. But you just look at that, and you just say, yo, Indiana can win this series. OKC should still do it. They've been the better team all year. They're the #1 seed. They got the best defense in basketball, and they got a superstar who's the league MVP and Jay Gilgeous-Alexander. But they got to go out and prove this. I could easily see this series going 7 games, but for the moment, I still got OKC in 6 because I think they win tomorrow night. I think they win 1 of the 2 games in Indy. I think they win Game 5 back in OKC, and I think they're fully capable of winning a Game 6 in Indy as well.
Yeah, we appreciate you stopping by. We know you're a busy man. You're getting ready for game number 2. So just a few minutes was enough for us, man. We appreciate you, Stephen A.
Absolutely,
Always, man.
Been
Peace,
watching
peace.
you since quite frankly, man.
No doubt. I'll take it.
All right, peace. Shout out to the one and only Stephen A. for coming through. Got your Knicks conversation. So we got his POV about the fire. Now I want to hear yours.
Mine is kind of similar to his, because it's like to see a coach elevate a team to a place they haven't been in such a long time, but then to get fired for it, it's definitely hard to see. The reality, though, is that there was already conversations about Tibbs in previous seasons and different things like that, and there is a narrative painted on him as a head coach that this is what he does. He's going to elevate you. He's going to set a culture, but will he be able to break through and do the final piece of what every franchise wants to do, which is to compete on that national championship floor? And he has not been able to do that as a head coach just yet.
Yeah.
And I feel like with this success, and I don't know if it's right, I don't know if it's wrong, we're going to find out. The Knicks realize that there is a bigger window than they probably thought, and we were this close, and now it looks like they want to fully capitalize on every single opportunity that they can to not only get back to the conference finals, but maybe win now that Boston is kind of in flux and they'll start trading away their team.
It goes to like back to the $1 million question. I feel like for every type of coach firing or anything kind of coach related, it's just like, obviously the Knicks had talent, but there was some type of holes on the roster. Like you seen that there was actual problems with like who y'all had, but there's also the coaching problem. So it's like, which one of y'all gauging more? Is it the clear cap on Tom Thibodeau, or is it looking like, is it the clear cap on Tom Thibodeau, or is it we also just had holes that couldn't get the series done?
I think it's 50-50 because when you look at the holes and you look at the type of team we have, based off what all 4 of us know growing up watching a Tom Thibodeau team, we saw the Celtics win a championship with him as an assistant coach, and then we saw the Bulls be one of the best teams in the East.
We would have had one
for years. What is his type of team?
So gritty as team.
Y'all giving the same answer, right?
40 minutes for the starters apiece, and that's on the leg day.
Shout out Lou all day.
The Knicks are gritty, but then the KAT trade kind of made us more of a sexy offensive-oriented team, and I feel like his offensive bag and scheme and his mind offensively, it doesn't work with how much upside we have. Our offense was a little bit, and especially really in the playoffs, was a little underwhelming for the type of talent we had, and I think they're going to want to bring in a coach that's going to be a little bit more offensive, philosophical, to be able to have 5-out lineups and not the. Tom Thibodeau is very simple. He's going to put the ball in his best player hands, or he's going to put the ball in the guard's hands, and he's going to do a pick and roll, and you're just going to hoop.
When we went to Game 3 and Jalen Brunson had led the game, and it was kind of like a time where you needed to kind of play catch up, and this is where you got the really good game from KAT. But it is. It's crazy to see that they didn't really run no sets for KAT, or like they didn't try to get him no easy looks.
Brunson looks don't really be easy.
No, they don't.
That's why I be super impressed with him.
And they don't. And I think that's why I love when you see players get like players that are stars, they get those open catch and shoots that they don't really get often.
Yeah.
It's just like they take most of their shots for pull-ups.
Is that why Steph Curry's the hardest to guard? Or even Kevin Durant, because they're star players, but they can play within an offense?
Yeah, for sure. That's who can play within the offense. Even though you might try to game plan for him, you still don't. It's hard to game plan for it if he's just not going to stand at the top and just ISO.
Yeah.
Like you can't really say you're going to game plan for Steph Curry because he's going to run off so many screens, he's going to keep running, and your defenders just might get gassed on a possession. And they just can't keep up. So
what scares me about the Thibodeau firing is the uncertainty of the next coach. Like, if we had a for sure, this is our number one guy that we're going after, I think I would feel a little bit better about it.
For sure.
Because Tom Thibodeau, for what it's worth, he obviously got his holes in his game. He's a really good coach.
That was my other thing.
He's a floor raiser like no other.
We couldn't bring in an assistant coach who was just super offensive minded. You know what I'm saying? Like on some NFL type shit.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that at all. Like the only way was to drastically do it. Because like I like Johnny Bryant. But then it's like you're going to bring in Johnny Bryant as a first-time head coach with a championship aspiration. I think that's kind of unfair. So
I also think it's crazy that, like, Thibodeau, for him to be like this gritty defensive-minded coach, you kind of have two defensive liabilities on the court. He just never really had that, and it's kind of hard for him to fully maximize that team to the level that he wants it to be. If you have KAT, who's a 7-footer who I can't hide, and then also Jalen Brunson, who is limited because he's only 6 feet, 6'1".
other thing I think that was unfair to a certain degree, it's hard to sit up there and say a lot of the shit was his fault. That game 1 blown lead, it's only so much you can do as a coach. Our players know fucking better. There was a lot of instances where players was not as good. And they can go in there and they can say, man, we wasn't sure of our roles. And, you know, Tom Thibodeau didn't define roles. To me, some of that shit is weak. Josh Hart did not have a good series, and I don't think a lot of that had much to do with Tom Thibodeau. What could Tom Thibodeau have done schematically or role-wise? Well, maybe it's a lot he probably could have did schematically, but Josh Hart was going to be a liability offensively. They were going to put bigs on him, and that was just the way that it was going to be. What could he do to stop Karl-Anthony Towns from being attacked in a pick and roll?
What could he do from KAT getting hurt and messing up his knee, too?
I
Can't do anything about that.
He probably wouldn't have been able to stop Neesmith from hitting 6 threes in a quarter.
He can't go out there and do that. He can't go out there and stop
That's
him.
why, as much as you want to put on the coach, the shit that happens that you're judging is the stuff that's happening on the floor.
Yes, bro.
Where there's 5 people, or 10 people total, but 5 people you're looking to be accountable for from your side. Like, something else has got to give.
I got more trades for y'all.
I wanted that. Trust me, I love Stephen A. But I want to get back to these trades too. Shout out to Stephen A. That was dope though. That was dope.
Yeah.
I really did used to grow up watching, quite frankly.
The chat was calling him Stephen A.I. Smith because of the connection
yeah.
in his hotel.
Yeah. We got to get him in studio or something.
I had to tap this a couple times.
To
See
see
if
if
it's
it was
coming
yours
in.
or-
Yeah.
And they telling me to do my impression. Maybe for all I know, on his end, we breaking up.
Right,
And
yeah,
I'm talking
no
about
idea.
that brother can ball, and he gonna be like, "What the hell? He mocking me? He's gonna think I was mocking him."
They cut off in the middle and came back like perfect at the end. I was like, all right.
All right. The Orlando Magic are trading Jalen Suggs in a different
Holy
trade for a
shit!
point
The
guard.
Andy
Bye
Bailey,
bye,
are you a
Jalen. They just
undercover
don't
Magic
care
fan?
about you no more.
In this case, it's Darius Garland for Jalen Suggs, Jet Howard, and a 2027 first-round pick.
And what's DG's contract look like? Isn't it like 30 something?
I don't remember, actually.
I would
It's gotta
say
be cheaper than
36,
Trae Young.
37.
Cheaper than Trae Young, more expensive than Anthony Simon.
Just another point guard going there.
Which I like having, again, the scoring part for these guys like Trae Young and Darius Garland, like they can do it, but I like them just setting up the table and making it easier for these guys too. Like you're gonna look for them in the half court, but they're doing their point guard due diligence.
How much you make?
This year was 36, 39, 42, 44.
So he signed his extension already. I feel like I don't remember him signing an extension.
He
All right, we don't have to spend
signed
too
it.
much time. We spent a lot of Magic talk.
How you feeling about that?
I like Darius Garland, so I think it would be a nice fit.
Oh, so you don't like Trae Young?
Or LaMelo.
No, it's not that I don't like them. I just think Darius Garland would be a better fit.
But the defense was the thing you were talking about, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Who do you think
Darius
better, Trae Young
Garland.
or Darius Garland?
Better defender is Darius Garland.
Who thinks a better
Who
player?
do you think is a better player?
Trae Young.
Is it close to you?
No.
Next trade is out of fucking nowhere, by the way.
Is it Jalen Suggs again?
And it's not Jalen Suggs. He's safe. I think he might be safe for the rest of these trades. Anthony Davis
Why would they trade Anthony Davis?
for Miles
They
Bridges,
traded Luka.
Yusuf Nurkic, and 3 first-round picks.
What the what?
A 2027, a 2029, and a 2031.
Why would they do that?
I'm trying to see.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, and if I'm Anthony
That's
Davis,
Oh,
even
it's
it
saying
up.
that they're trying to rebuild now that they got the first overall pick in Cooper Flag. That's what the
I
article
mean,
is saying.
cool.
and if I'm
I
Anthony,
just think that
yeah.
shit would be like again another slap in the face of the damn franchise.
And if I'm Anthony Davis, I'm telling Charlotte, don't plan on me suiting up.
Damn.
Anthony Davis is not
Mute
that type
me.
of player.
You just
That's why we don't get them full reviews. They're
Wow.
beneath you.
Anthony Davis definitely showing up, and I'm showing why Charlotte still got some here. He definitely trying
How about we go
gonna
to
try
the
to
next
make them to
trade?
the playoffs.
Danny Bailey.
Trey
that
Murphy
was
the third.
terrible. Okay.
And Kelly Olynyk for Michael Porter Jr., Peyton Watson, a 2031 first round pick, and a 2032 first round swap.
You said
Trey Watson.
Trey Murphy and Kelly
Trey Murphy
Olynyk.
and Kelly Olynyk.
For
Boy,
MPJ
the
and
Nuggets.
Peyton Watson.
The Nuggets still. That's a steal. Hell yeah, give me that.
He said, what else I'm giving up on the Nuggets?
Peyton Watson and a first round pick and a first round swap. 31 and 32 of the year. So
Kelly
look
Olynyk,
down
your
the line.
backup center, and he can play with Jokic, and you got Trey Murphy. Man, hell yeah. Do the Pelicans want to do this trade?
No.
Probably not. They probably want to keep Trey Murphy if they get MPJ back.
If you trade him, Trey Murphy, you probably want an immediate impact, right? Immediately a lottery pick, immediately something back.
I want something that I can for sure hang my hat on.
Mm-hmm.
Even the 2031 first round pick is like, do y'all ever see Jokic not being a part of the Nuggets?
Right. That's why I say I'm easily doing that if I'm the Nuggets, because I know I'm gonna cash in on that.
They say the NBA runs through the Central Division. We got 2 Central Division teams in this next trade.
Go ahead.
Tobias Harris, Jaden Ivey, Asar Thompson,
Oh,
Jalen Duren,
shit.
a 2026 first, a
Giannis
2028 first,
Antetokounmpo?
a 2030 first, a 2032 first for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Come on.
I say no.
That's the whole fucking farm
Come on.
and some.
I'll
Come
say
on.
no.
That's
Come
the whole
on.
roster.
That's
Bring
the
it
whole
on.
roster.
I'll say no.
It's gonna be Cade and Giannis and
Bring it
nothing
on.
else.
We'll fill out the edges. Come
but
on.
not your boy Isaiah Stewart. You say he's gonna be untouchable in every
There is
trade.
packages with half of that that's better. You still don't know what Jaden Ivey is. You don't all the way know what Jalen Duren is.
But you're getting a SAR.
Getting a SAR.
Are you getting a SAR?
You getting a
you get a
SAR
SAR
in this
too.
trade. And
you get
four
what, 4
first.
first round picks?
4 first.
I didn't hear a SAR. Shit.
No, that's why when I heard a SAR, I was like, this gotta be some shit right
Yeah,
here.
I was like, this is Giannis.
Never mind you.
All right, then what about a different Giannis trade? Fred VanVleet, Ahmed Thompson, a 2027 first from Phoenix, a 2028 first, a 2030 swap, and a 2032 first for Giannis.
Yeah.
This is the one.
Yeah, I'm in Thompson. I mean, hey, it just seemed like a Thompson twin is getting traded for Giannis. Huh?
If he gets traded,
If
right?
I'm in the Bucks, I also want Jabari or Cam Whitmore.
Sweeten
So
up
if
the
they
pot.
tell you that,
Instead of
you're
Reed.
saying no. You say you give me Jabari or it's no deal.
No, but
Okay.
I would ask for it. I'm
For
just
sure,
saying.
they're gonna ask for a lot.
Yeah.
I fuck around on Jalen Green.
Do you
instead
ask
of
for
Fred VanVleet.
Do you ask for Reed and then settle for Jabari?
I think you do pull something like
Is
that.
Jabari
because
settling?
you trading Giannis.
I think he's a
you trading
little
Giannis, which should damn near get you.
But
I
if
don't
I'm
care
the-
if he wants out or
If
not.
I'm the Rockets, I fake want Jabari.
Yeah.
He has
next to
size
Giannis.
that can play next to Giannis.
And he's stretching the flow too.
Here's a trade. Norman Powell, Chris Dunn, Cam Christie for Drew Holiday.
Norman Powell, Cam Christie, Chris Dunn for
Mhm.
Drew Holiday, who plays for the Celtics.
I wouldn't
Yes, he
do
does.
that. I wouldn't do that.
I'm off
Who's
because
POV?
in
If
my
I'm the
my
Clippers,
leagues,
I
he's
wouldn't do
traded.
that just because we're trading up a lot for a player that
Are you?
I don't. You traded Norman Powell, who might not have the same season, but Norman Powell is definitely good enough to still give you a dub, like a dub around a dub.
He's tradable.
Chris
Definitely
Dunn,
tradable.
Chris Dunn finna do a lot of the shit Drew Holiday was. You was just asking Drew. You're
Drew-
gonna add Drew Holiday to do.
Chris Dunn was left open so much he couldn't play at the end of
I
the
love
series.
you, Mike. I really do. But you going I know you got these comments saying let's chill on the disrespect, and I can't even tell him to stop on that.
I love Drew Holiday.
Chris
I
just
Dunn
said Chris Dunn
shot
about to do the same
100%
thing.
openness.
I said they defensively he's gonna ask.
Okay, but what about the other side of the ball?
If I'm the Clippers, I'm doing that deal.
You just gonna have to hang with.
I like the idea.
Okay.
I like
He's
the
gonna
idea
have
of
to,
Drew
you're
Holiday
gonna have to find a
next
way to
James
get
Harden and
somebody
Kawhi.
else off the floor where you really need them threes.
But why not just get the player that he can hit the three and also play the defense?
They not winning shit, KB.
Oh, see, why do you always go to the super extreme? None of these, no trade here make you think that the team that did it is a championship team. We just talked about LaMelo Ball and the fucking Orlando Magic. They're not going to win no championship if
They
that trade
not,
happens.
but this is a team that's not. They literally are staying the same.
My
with this
boy
trade.
DeMar Williams.
They're staying the same.
You don't think they get better if they had Drew Holiday?
Oh, they might win an extra game in the playoffs. They
Drew
not. They
Holiday
not
a
doing
bucket,
it.
according to DeMar Williams.
They not
Hey.
doing it.
He knows something.
Drew Holiday a bucket?
It was 10 years ago.
Drew Holiday a bucket?
Not now.
Not now.
Drew Holiday a bucket?
Not now.
Oh.
Rui Hachimura, Maxi Kleber, a 2028 first round swap and a 2031 first rounder for Nicholas Claxton.
Hell yeah. I love me some Rui though, but hell yeah.
What y'all think? This is
I'm gonna
good.
say yeah.
It's good
Yeah.
value for Nicholas Claxton, I think.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that's what the Lakers need.
If I'm the Lakers, I'm giving up anything for Nick Claxton that ain't LeBron or Luka.
What's
Or Bronny.
Austin
what
Reeves,
draft pick did they give up?
I'm not even off.
31, and then a swap in 28.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, what about Ja Morant getting traded? For Wiggins, Jovic, Jaime Jaquez, Pele Larson, a 2029 first round and a 2031 first round swap.
Well, how about being seeing Ja Morant trade? Why is Ja Morant even potentially getting traded?
I wanted the same shit. I wanted the same shit, D Mills, but they all be bringing it up in trade.
But
I mean,
Pele Larson?
I don't think it's crazy to think that he might get traded. Maybe this is not the trade for it to happen.
I don't
Yeah.
like him on this team. Am I bugging?
No. I mean, actually, the idea of him, Tyler, and Bam sounds intriguing.
Is Khalil Ware in the
Khalil
trade?
Ware, no.
No.
And they still have Khalil Ware.
Bam,
so.
you got a lot of work to do, buddy. If that's your backcourt, you already do so much defensively. Shit.
Well, you got Khalil Ware with him.
Next trade, Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley,
No, they're not. Whoever this other
Shifty,
team is.
Rob Dillingham, Luka Garza in a 2032 swap for
I'm guessing this is Giannis again.
Kevin Durant.
Oh, Kevin Durant.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell yeah, I'm doing that.
Yeah, I'm doing that in a heartbeat.
Hell yeah. My lineup is now what? Dante DiVincenzo.
What does that mean for Julius Randle? Like, oh, they're saying in here that they can still resign Randle.
Well, and Randall has a playoffs. He can
What
just
happened with
opt out.
Nas Reed?
Happens Nas Reed. You probably have to dip him off, right?
But then I have no damn center. I gave you Luka Garza and Rudy.
They're saying that they could run a lineup that is Dante, Ant, Durant, Jaden McDaniels,
And
and Julius at the 5. I don't think you start that lineup.
Now we disrespect.
Nah,
now we
yeah.
disrespecting Rudy and what he does defensively.
But
what
then
they
I'm also
always
thinking,
done.
like, what you got off the bench with that? And again, that's when you circle around the edges, but I feel like you're going to need some staples on
For the
that
last
team
2
with that
years,
type of lineup.
they've been trying to win for Mike, and they're going to trade him away for somebody his same age. They basically the same player, Mike and Kevin.
I mean, he get the ring, kind of like how Paul George get the ring since they traded him away.
Oh, right,
He still get the ring.
All right, next trade is Karl Anthony Towns,
oh, bro.
Dottier,
I love Dottie. He gonna be a good player.
2032 for Kevin Durantula.
I say no. Dottie can't go.
Wait, what was the picks on that again? Just one?
Just
What
one
was two
pick.
picks?
Just one pick in 32. They don't really got a lot.
The
of picks to
Suns don't
trade.
want Carlton Towns.
No.
I don't know. Him and Devin Booker like this. I heard that they tried to do a podcast together.
So for real?
Yeah.
So our lineup is then Brunson, Hart, McHale, KD, Mitch Rob.
Wait. OG Anunoby still on the team.
Yeah.
Oh.
OG.
So Hart
Josh
comes off
comes off the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I fake ain't mad at that.
I would like
I would
that.
like that.
We got to go
team a lot.
sign
I would
Malcolm
like
Brogdon there.
I like
Sign
that.
Malcolm Brogdon, come for the minimum.
That'd
I'm
be
trying to
crazy.
get some comments on here, but they talking about Amen Thompson overrated. So I can't keep looking at these comments, man.
That would be crazy to see KAT get traded again.
Every year for the rest of his career.
But he's so good.
He's so good.
It wouldn't even make sense.
It's gonna be crazy to see Kevin Durant on another team.
That is true.
Kevin Durant just is like, yeah, I'm over here. Now I'm over there.
We got a couple more. Paul George in pick 3, a 2028 first, a 2030 first, a 2032 first for Devin Armani Booker.
You said Paul George for the
Paul George pick 3 and 4 more picks on top. 3
Oh,
more
if
picks on
I'm, if I'm
top.
Philly, I'm hell yeah. And if I'm the Suns, I guess that
It's a full reset.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
full reset. Now.
I'm super good if I'm Phoenix. Super.
Bro,
You still don't have any of your own first rounders to make
I'm so
rebuild
good.
worth it.
If I'm Philly, I'm surprised they even calling my phone about this damn trade.
Yeah, seriously.
The next one, I actually not even gonna read because it's stupid.
Oh, that's good then. Read it.
DeAndre Ayton, Matisse Thybulle, pick 11 for Karl Anthony Towns.
What?
When you have to react, I just wanted them to read it.
Sorry.
Now Cat get another DPOY candidate on his backside. In the 22 minutes you get a Donovan
Oh,
Clingan.
wait. We should talk about you a Blazers fan. I forgot.
No.
No, you're
Wait,
not. Or
Donovan
go to the trade.
Clingan?
No, I'm just saying why would they do that deal?
Well, I think I'm not saying this is the right mindset, but like the last 2 months of the season, y'all were decent enough to make a push.
You
Karl
got
Anthony Towns
Clingan,
gives you that push.
Towns, Denny, Sharp.
And what, Scoot or Anthony, depending on what happens?
Yeah.
I don't like that for them.
It's okay.
You got to figure out what we're doing with Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, that's funny. He was not in the starting lineup when you said it.
He
And he the highest paid player.
He can't be.
Well,
Do
with
you
KAT
sit
there, he
down
wouldn't.
Denny or Cat?
Neither one.
or Donovan Clingan? Putting KAT at the 5 so Jeremy Grant could start?
Just so we don't spend too much time on here, I got 3 different trades. Y'all tell me which one y'all want to hear. One that has LaMelo Ball being moved, one that has Giannis being moved, or one that has Larry Marketed being moved.
Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis.
The Giannis to the Toronto Raptors trade, Scotty Barnes, Ochai Agbaji, Jacoby Walter, pick number 9, a 2027 pick, and a 2029 first for Giannis.
I like this one. I think this one is actually realistic.
I like this because, they get a dude that was an all-star.
I said, like, at the start of, like, one of the rebuilds I was doing, that, like, I felt like looking at the rosters and trying to make, like, my own 2K trade, I felt like the Raptors was a real deal landing spot, and now it's kind of turned into a reality and it's gaining some traction. But I definitely seen them a while ago with pieces. Because you got Grady Dick, Jacoby Walter, Scotty Barnes. You got the contracts of, like, the RJ Barretts of the world. So, man.
Yeah,
And
they're a real contender to get Giannis.
And then Masai Ujiri obviously loves Giannis, so.
That's Giannis love Masai Ujiri, though.
It's one of the few people that believed in him immediately. So maybe. Maybe not.
Does Giannis love Milwaukee? They're saying that it's a lot of decision makers around the league is feeling like he's leaning towards staying.
Good for him.
He probably does. He loves Milwaukee. That's his city.
Cheese curds.
The last bit of news we got is that the Suns a few days ago hired head coach Jordan Ott to be their guy.
Yes, they did.
From the KAT staff.
Yep. And you know what school he went to?
Michigan State.
Michigan fucking State.
They got them Hawks over there, don't they?
They do got the Michigan Hawks. What's the significance of that, Darrick?
That I said Michigan Hawks.
No, I mean, what's the significance of him being a Michigan State Spartan?
Oh, I don't know.
Because everybody in the fucking Suns organization is from Michigan. All of them.
State.
Michigan State. Or I just meant the state of Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I don't know a single thing about him yet,
I don't know anything about him either.
other than where he coached previously.
How you spell his last name?
OTT.
Oh, okay. See,
They said he focuses on his focus has been player development. So they're hoping the next phase of this team is going to have some player development, and
They're in their JJ Redick era.
he'll be able to come in there and help grow some of these guys.
Wish him nothing but the best, man.
I like the direction that they went versus trying to bring in a coach who was used to winning. Mike Malone gonna come to the Suns in a retooling phase?
He's just gonna get fired after a year. It's like all the rest of
I
them.
hope
That
they
shit just
give
is
this
just
dude like legitimate time to like set a culture and like develop. And
If that's what his mindset is as a coach, then he'll get at least a year or more than a year.
He should get more than a year.
you said Elise.
Yeah, more than a year. It's like they fire him after 30 games, like he fucking Earl Watson.
At that point, then you just got to sell the franchise. You just got to get rid of that franchise.
Damn.
Well, they would never do that. They actually just bought more of the Chicago White Sox, baby.
Spend some money.
They saying that by 2030, the Reinsdorf family's probably going to be out of there completely, and the Ishbia family will take over the White Sox
So
completely.
we're going to have the best team in the league.
We'll have the most expensive team in the league, which usually means one of the best teams in the league.
You know, Reinsdorf did something crazy.
He did a lot of shit crazy, but which one are you talking about?
Me and Reese was doing tag team talk, and I was like, why does AEW do shows at the United Center, but WWE doesn't? And he looked it up. They asked WWE to host a pay-per-view once for $500 million. And then from that point on,
He's been at Allstate.
they just said, yeah, we're
not even talking.
We're not even gonna host nothing there. We're not even gonna ask.
$500 million for one pay-per-view.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Terrence at the Tigers game?
You don't even make that much on the pay-per-view.
That shit is
So they were just they just threw
talking.
them, they just threw them a number just because they knew they could pay it, and was just like
Literally, no. There's a lot of arenas in the Chicagoland area.
that we could just go to.
Just go to the other ones.
And they asked for not even close to that. That's an insane amount of number to ask for.
It's just
I think that's what I'm asking for my next contract.
Let me know if you get that.
They're not going to, but like you start high and then you settle, right?
Yeah.
It's what negotiations is about.
But when we used to play on Schedule 1,
Mhm.
you can negotiate how much you want to sell to them.
Yeah.
I used to like overdo it
Right, yeah.
because I'm trying to stack my
Exactly.
money.
Happy birthday, AI.
But when I
birthday.
used to tell them like, man, I'm finna give you 20 of them things, sometimes they hit back and be like, man, that shit is too high. I'm not even gonna talk to you no more.
Right.
I'm going over here.
So you saying if I ask for $500 million, they may hang up the
They
phone
might
and
be
never call
thinking it's
back?
a little too disrespectful.
I
Reach
shoulda-
for the stars.
That's
so
what we
if you
should have
fall,
did.
you
We should have
land on
asked
the
Stephen A.
clouds.
Smith about how he negotiated his contract
Oh yeah, true.
to get some tips. Because, you know how you say that brother can ball?
Yep,
Stephen A. Smith, that brother got paid.
he did.
That brother
Rightfully
got
so
paid.
though. I know this. When you say he got a busy schedule, I know his shit's got to be like.
Well,
one
not
of the
right
most
now.
hectic.
He's sitting in the middle of Oklahoma waiting for game 2 tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's one of the questions I want to ask him. Like,
I'm
what the hell are you doing in these
He
3
probably
days?
got more like
Yeah.
shows he pulling up to.
Sure, yeah.
and stuff like that.
The players probably love the fact that it's a nice little break in between games. It's not just one day.
I hate it as a fan, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because how much can we rewatch game
But,
1?
but
and talk
no,
about game
but that
one?
means you probably get the best quality. You
Oh,
get
the
better
product?
quality games.
I can feel that.
Because guys will be fully rested.
If
We-
you
the
OKC, do
idea
you
is
want
that
3
we
days,
will be.
right? I feel like I'm pissed that I just lost and I'm going to go hoop again tomorrow.
I was thinking about that. Like it probably sucks that the Pacers just beat them. Obviously, not bad for them, but it's like Thunder are marinating with that loss for these couple days. Like they coming back and they definitely coming with the mindset like I remember what the hell happened. I don't want to have to go through another 2-3 day stretch where I have to just let that sink in.
Craig Kimball, designated for assignment.
That's that push-ups he had me do earlier.
What does
was
that mean in
too-
baseball?
What?
When they say dedicated for assignment.
Designated for
Designated.
assignment. Your ass about to get released.
Oh, okay.
You're on the way out. It's
Speaking of
never,
baseball,
it's,
y'all been keeping up with the White Sox?
it's
Man?
never anything that's going good. I saw
We just
White
called
Sox had
up
a
Kyle
win.
Teal last
Oh,
night.
they
We had a
did?
walk-off
Okay.
win with Tim Elko 2 days before that.
How are they looking as a team?
Oh, they're really
Not-
bad.
Not good.
But it's like on any given night, it
We
could be
beat
a
the
fun
Tigers,
bad.
though.
It could be a fun
We
bad.
beat the Tigers.
It could be a fun
Are we
bad.
going to a game soon?
No.
I will. When you want to go?
I just want to go give me a ballpark, Frank.
I'd rather go to Wrigley if you want to go to a
I'm
game.
going to Wrigley
I don't care
soon.
what game. I don't
For
care
Father's
what we go
Day.
to.
Yeah.
Next weekend.
Mhm.
Which game? Who they going against? You remember?
The Pirates?
Is it Paul Skeens on the mound?
I have no idea.
Probably not, right?
You said you don't care where
Is
we
the
go?
mound usually announced that far in advance?
Yeah,
Yeah.
talking about either if it's a Sox or Cubs game.
How soon you want to go?
Whenever the weather good for it.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm sure Mason will pull up to a game. Terrence in Detroit right now.
Yeah. I'll have to go to Wrigley again. We can go twice. I mean, I can go twice.
I like Detroit because they're like one of them cities where all of the arenas are in like across
Right
the
next
street.
to each other.
I
Who
love
else
that
is
shit.
like that?
Philadelphia's like that. Philadelphia, when I popped out of the train station and they were all just right there, I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is dope because we definitely don't have.
We don't got
here.
that at all.
Our arenas are just
Different sides of the
everywhere.
city. South side, west
for the
side, north side.
Sox, out west for the Bulls, Wrigleyville
It's
for the
downtown.
Cubs.
Up north, I mean, yeah.
Oh man, Lakeshore Drive for the Bears.
Yeah, the Fire is in Bridgeview.
I've never.
Are
been
they
to a
really?
Fire
Yeah.
game.
Damn. I went to a Chicago Fire game 2 years ago when Messi was here. He didn't play.
He didn't play. Yeah, I
for
remember
my
that.
birthday. I was so pissed, but I had a good time.
Mm.
They let me do the drum thing, which is cool.
What a neat freak getting mad.
They begging for Unplugged. So chat,
Nah, I ain't no unplugged today.
what do y'all want us to do in Unplugged?
No unplugged.
What's
today.
the question?
Lil Wayne ruined Unplugged.
We retiring unplugged. I
Lil
see it.
Wayne ruined it.
We retiring unplugged.
I
man.
haven't listened to the Wayne thing, but I heard clip.
KD, can I just say something? That shit got too much
I
rock
don't want
for
to
me.
do it, Mike. I
She
don't
got
want to
too
do
much
it,
rock for
Mike.
me, KD.
Let's end the show. Let's end the show. No
She
unplugged.
got too much rock for me. Honestly, you said it perfectly. If he would have had better beats, just better beat selection, better feature selection, I think that shit would have been way harder.
Okay, this is why somebody said twerk competition.
Work competition. We all know who winning.
You.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
what?
the glaze. Nah,
What you say he thick?
it was a setup question or a setup.
Yeah, man. They talking about Lil Wayne shit.
In a positive way?
No, which is why I don't want to do unplugged today.
Bro, I'm mad because look, I was on stream listening to it. They put it on.
He rapped over elephant noises.
And I texted you. I said, did you listen to that new Lil Wayne? I said, he Lil Wayne in right now. Because he had some lines. I'm listening
Which
to
blew
it.
my mind, by the way, because I wasn't ever expecting Lil Wayne. I just wanted something
I'm hearing
listenable.
some
Were
lines.
you
I'm
watching,
like,
listening on stream?
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm hearing some lines to it. And I'm like, okay. This is like the shit I just want to hit. The punchlines at the punchlines type shit. Then I just started hearing these like the intro to the song. it just wasn't some shit I was expecting. I'm like, how the hell do you get a good song out of this?
Yeah.
And I never really heard it like go, this is the reason why I chose this beat. If that makes sense. It was more so like, I'm just going to spit on this beat.
Rap on it.
It wasn't a particular reason why I'm choosing this beat. It's just literally, I'm finna just spit on this damn beat.
I'm guessing you didn't listen either.
No, I didn't.
The way you were just looking with this, like this, that would probably be your reaction. It's not a conversation I want to have because I had love and respect, but we can have it. The album was bad, man. It's unplayable. I wouldn't suggest you to listen to it. I wouldn't tell like KB to check it out. It wasn't good. Just even from a production level though. Like we to me, it's a lot of the production. I do have my criticisms on Wayne as a rapper. I feel like Wayne got too disconnected from the world. He has to reconnect himself to society. Because in today's landscape, people need some level of substance. You're either gonna be a turned young guy like a Playboy Cardi or a V's and just be fly and vibey, but at that age that he's at, you gotta have something of substance. Like I just don't know how many people is turning on albums from, how old is Lil Wayne?
I would say close to 50 at this point.
Gotta be like in his 40s. Nobody's turning on an album from a
42.
Nobody's turning on an album from a 42-year-old to not get some substance. It's a lot of rapping about just rapping.
That's
Yeah,
why I
because
was telling
42 is when. Hold on.
He's just rapping.
I was telling my streamers is like, as a man that's been in rapping and in the game for damn near 30 years, it's probably hard to still find shit that you really genuinely want to rap about and that type of stuff. So I can see why he just get on there and just is like, let me recreationally have fun on this shit, and people gonna listen because I'm Lil Wayne. But damn,
if you are gonna do that, do it on some better beats.
Was
then.
money on the floor better? Was Money on the Floor better?
They were saying it was. They were saying Mike Bean here was better.
Damn.
Yeah.
But you know what I would have appreciated? If he would have dead ass, instead of dropping that shit, if he just say, you know what, I'm finna do some like no ceiling
rap
type
on other
shit,
people's shit,
and I'm just gonna take the hottest shit and I'm just gonna put my stamp on it, I would have been totally
I think
fine
he should
with
probably do that for the rest of his career if he just want to rap. If you just want to go on there and say anything that come to your mind and rhyme with the N-word 100 times per verse, then do that. But I think if you're going to sell music and people have to take their time out and listen to it, and people going to stream and react and do all of that, you got to be able to deliver something. And it wasn't anything that was delivered.
You know what hurts though?
There was no Drake, Nicki, or anything either.
It's just like when you talk about Lil Wayne and you bring up the Carter 2, the Carter, like these are legendary shit.
Yes, bro.
You getting up to Carter 6, and it's just like, why are we even talking about
this shouldn't have been a Carter 6. This should have been something else.
Or like we getting up to these later Carters. It's like, you're hurting the damn legacy. And it's like, I'm gonna look back and you always gonna be Lil Wayne. But when I see the young people talking about you, and it's like, his ass ain't shit. Like how you have him as one of your top dudes. It's like, y'all want that back in the day when he dropped, that's all people listened to. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter what age you was, what type, if it was a love song, if it was a hype song, it didn't matter. You was blasting that shit. It was gonna be on the radio. He was literally everywhere.
I'm disappointed because I didn't expect much, and I'm still disappointed. So I'm even more disappointed.
Yeah,
it's 2025. I didn't think Lil Wayne was gonna drop album of the year, but boy, did I think I wasn't gonna have.
How were the features?
From who?
I don't know. I'm asking.
KB had Jelly Roll on there. And Jelly Roll's not a bad artist, but that tells you what he was on.
So Big Sean had the best feature on
it.
there. He had the best feature on there by far. Big Sean rapped his ass off on that album. That was it. I didn't really like anything else. His son is on the album. 2 Chainz, I guess, is cool on the album. That was pretty much it.
When do y'all think rappers' primes are? I mean, obviously it's different.
I didn't even make it to the MGK and Kodak. How was that, Mike?
Kodak saved it a little bit.
Did he?
Yeah.
The last song
Kodak
I made it to was Being Myself. And I was like, that's enough. No, I'm sorry. Moolah coming in with his song.
He had an AI artist on it?
Who?
That's what Lawrence said in the chat.
Who was the AI artist?
Oh boy.
Hey, you said you didn't make it to the song with his son on it?
He got 2 sons. I made it to Rory with Cameron Carter.
You did?
I didn't make it to I made it to both of them. Yeah, Moolah coming in and Cam Carter.
I don't really remember that Moolah coming in, but I specifically remember that Rory song. He was turned up with his song, bro. He was turned up.
Somebody said Rory was the best song.
He was turned up.
I didn't make it to Alone in the Studio with My Gun and Written History. I heard somebody say Written History was one of the better songs too.
I only listened that one time. It's some shit I'm gonna have to just go back to just because.
Is Loki's theme? Is that the character y'all play?
Yeah, I think that's. I haven't crazily watched the show, so I don't know if that's like the theme song. Like he sampled the theme song, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait, what are y'all talking about?
He has a song called Loki's Theme. He's literally talking about Loki. Yeah, like the Marvel character. But I don't know.
You like Peanuts to an Elephant?
I think he has some lines in there, but again, it's just like that. That beat is hard to take serious.
I actually want to listen to it now.
What, the Peanuts to Elephant?
No, the whole album.
I mean, if you got time to blow, do it.
You'll find something, I think.
Yeah, you definitely will. He had
No.
one song.
You don't
in
think
there.
so? I haven't listened to it. I'm just
There is
guessing.
not
It's got to be one.
He has one song that I felt like was a normal song.
Which was what?
I don't know. I'm gonna look. I think it's like the third or fourth song, but you could just tell because the beat is just.
I don't
fine.
think I'll ever revisit this album again. Again, I'll be perfectly fine.
It might be banned from NO or New Orleans.
But this is all off one listen too.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I keep listening, I'm forcing myself to find something. That's the difference. If we grew up on Lil Wayne, so we all love Lil Wayne, you want to find something that you can go back to, then you'll do that. But like if you just subjectively listening and being honest, there ain't shit to go back to on this album, man. I'm sorry. It's
Are
too
you
much good
doing
music.
Money in the Bank live? Is what they're asking in the chat.
Yeah.
There you go. There
Money
you go,
in the Bank
Andrew.
stream
When would
will-
that be?
Tonight.
Oh, tonight? Okay.
Oh, that's tonight.
Yeah.
We in that bitch then, cause ain't no basketball, no nothing. Okay, you doing it at home? I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I
at
don't know,
home.
even know why I asked that.
What
You're not
time?
gonna drive here to do it.
I did it here once, but
I
there's
do
stuff
remember
in
that.
there.
Was that WrestleMania?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
You said what time? Is I think Money in the Bank starts at 6 our time. So whatever time you're in.
Is it?
Time zone you're in,
It's
you just
free though,
adjust.
right? If you have
It's
Peacock.
on Peacock. Yeah.
We in that bitch, bro. What's the match you looking forward to the most? Is it the Money in
The
the Bank
women's
match?
Money in the Bank.
Who's in it? Is anybody I would know?
Naomi, Rhea, Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Fuck, I just went blank.
I mean, that's 3 people I know. That might be enough for
P,
me.
get on Marvel
I heard you say
Rivals.
Rhea.
It's
I'm in
too
that
late,
bitch.
Brody.
I'm in there like swimwear.
But there's only 4 matches tonight.
So them gonna be some long ass matches.
Yeah.
Any titles up for grabs?
Only the women's Intercontinental title with Becky and Lyra Valkyrie.
Who?
Lyra Valkyrie.
Okay, that's a person I don't know.
Yeah, she's nice. She's really good. I like her a lot.
The GOAT Nas album it was written. I'm not against Illmatic either, though. I also like the Untitled album.
They said we got UFC tonight as well for the people that care about UFC.
I kind of fake
UFC be too brutal.
I like a good pulling of the punches. That's why WWE is cool. I don't like to see people heads be busted for real.
I kind of was looking like
I could watch boxing.
That's fair.
I can't watch a leg kick to the neck.
And people just go limp
Boxing
and you
is
jump on
just-
top
yeah,
of
I
them and
can't
hit them
watch
4 more
Or
times.
like you can knee somebody in the face.
Fuck.
I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
why
the
I
refs,
like Mike.
And then the refs sometimes be a little hesitant on stopping the fight.
Right.
Because they don't
Is
want to
he-
stop it too
You just
early.
want to make sure he's dead before you call it.
Y'all dudes sick finding Rhea Ripley attractive.
You said we sick? If we
That's
find
what the
we-
dude said in the comments.
Tell him he's a sick man for not finding it attractive.
Hey, different strokes for different folks.
P, when you dropping some music, the other rapper of the group don't drop.
I know that's right.
Oh, that's Sauce Guy.
I know that's
I
right.
know that's right.
I'm gonna drop a EP this summer. Give me like 3 months. I had a song I was gonna drop, but I waited too long. I had a
You like them bars?
conference
hated
finals
them.
flow I was gonna drop, but then the Knicks lost the first 2 games, and I said, okay, I'm good. They ducking each other in UFC like they do in boxing. Oh, that's sad. I don't like when boxers be ducking each other. Y'all got any new food spots? Gotta go to Gary for your barbecue.
Wow.
My dad's restaurant is in
He
Gary.
said, why?
Yeah, Inver and Oak Smokehouse in Gary, Indiana. That's the #1 spot on my list.
I think that most times,
Y'all got beats? Hit my email. My email should be in my Twitter bio.
most of the time when you from Chicago and somebody say you need to go to Gary, you definitely saying why? Why? Why?
That's facts.
Whenever I'm told we got to go to gear, why is always the first answer.
He say P ignoring the real question of what the F he was thinking putting that fit on. It's me. I rock what I rock. I've been in this thing, and what is his name? I'm not even gonna say his name out loud. You've put in like 60 comments asking about what I'm wearing. It's a difference between me and you, Brody. I would never watch something and give a fuck.
Jones barbecue
that
foot
much.
massage. Y'all remember that shit?
You can get a massage while getting a barbecue.
You've never seen that Jones barbecue
Pete,
foot
what
massage?
anime have you seen?
Oh, damn.
I've seen a lot actually. I actually watched a good one. It was called, what was that one? Blue Eye Samurai. Oh, Mike,
What up?
guess what I watched last night?
What?
Forever.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
I know that shit.
Yes.
Yes. Mad too.
Man, he was finna get. She trying to make his toes curl in a movie theater. He gonna mess it up. That's when I got blue. I'm like, I may not be able to watch this. I may not be able to watch this.
Yeah, it's definitely a show where you get that secondhand embarrassment.
Yes.
You're like, bro, I can't.
Yes, it's some cringe moments. But I'm tapped in. I'm gonna keep watching. I fell asleep on one of the other episodes. It was also funny. He was hooping.
Yeah.
His coach was like, "Hey, green versus white."
Oh
Told him-
yeah.
Told him
So
flip his shit out.
His name Justin Edwards, like that's his name in the show, whatever. And I forget, somehow it just came up, and Elena was talking about he an NBA player? Is like that where they got their name from? I'm like, Justin Edwards is the NBA player, but he's not the like who you think he is. She's like, oh, that's got to be the reason why, because he do be decent. Talking about the dude in the show, I'm like, I don't think you know who Justin Edwards is for real.
He think you cute.
Rightfully
Y'all
so.
crazy. P, when you doing a realistic expansion, I don't know. We waiting for the D Millie quiz. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy.
You seen that meme? It was like the Carter 1 versus the Carter's like 6, whatever the one. Was it Carter 6 or Carter 7 he just dropped?
6.
It was Carter 1 versus Carter 6, and it was Carlton from the old Fresh Prince, and it was a new Carlton.
Yes.
He's like, why the hell I catch it straight?
Yes.
But that shit was hilarious too.
All right, man. I don't know about the guys up here. I'm going to do this. For the last 10 minutes, y'all ask some good questions. I'm going to throw them at all of these guys, and I'm going to let them answer however they want to feel. Darrick,
I see a name of somebody of our past in that group.
I'm not even looking at names, but good eye, because I don't see it. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. Ask questions for anybody or everybody.
Hell no.
Because I think y'all, since I'm answering, I think y'all need to make them all me related. But Darrick, they said, who is your GOAT actor?
It's a good question for Darrick. Because he doesn't know many actors, so.
That's why I think they probably asked. Shouts out to, I wish I could say who.
Probably Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Oh, that's a great, me too.
So you're gonna see the
Will
new
Smith or Adam Sandler?
the new what movie am I thinking about? The golf movie. They just dropped the new trailer for the
Yeah,
new, what's
the
the
second
Billy,
one.
what is the name
Billy
of it?
Madison.
Is it Billy Madison?
Happy Gilmore.
There we
Billy
go.
Madison is the adult who went
I
back
always
to
get them
middle
switched
school.
up. So you're going to see that?
He
Or
was
is it
on
a
a
Netflix
fucking
thing?
run.
It might be a Netflix thing.
Is it?
It might
I
be.
hope so.
If it's on Netflix, I definitely watch. I haven't gone to the movies to watch.
It's got
the
like
movies.
real golfers in there too. I mean, I know you don't watch golf. but
We
like,
I don't, but they're asking if we are into Love Island.
No.
Nobody's
I just
into
seen
Love
Love Island had some stuff pop up.
Some girl had some N-words that they
Uh-oh.
found on
Yep.
her social media. They pulled it up, and so she got voted off the island.
Island. That's
damn.
crazy.
No, I've never seen a single episode of that.
How
Show.
do you feel about One Piece? Somebody said.
I've not read any new One Piece since the playoffs
You
started.
know when the new live action starts?
No, but I saw a trailer for it. I saw Tony
I'm
Chopper.
excited. The
It's
first,
on
oh
Netflix,
yeah,
huh?
somebody did tell me about that. The first one was really good though. I thought they did it really well.
Lego got a new set dropping that's One Piece as well. I'm excited for that.
Mike, they're saying, did you see Final Destination yet?
No, I need to make it an emphasis because like, what the hell am I
Were
doing
you supposed to
on
see it like 2 days ago?
I am.
Somebody also said, I'm being for real. Mike, top 5 weed strains. Because it was the most hilarious thing is ever. Sour Diesel, he sent something,
yeah, I
Mike
did
sent
see that.
something that was like, we used to make this on
Schedule
Schedule
one,
One. And Darrick was like, man, I've been wanting some Sour Diesel. It was a funny, I was crying, laughing in real life reading that.
I don't have no top 5.
As a weed smoker,
Just be
do you
craving
tell the
weed.
difference between different strands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not really. Like, I can't.
You can tell
I
from shit was Reggie though.
Yeah, I can't. If I had 2 like blunts right here, I can't. Oh, this Sour Diesel.
Chat,
this is,
y'all
like,
going nuts.
purple, whatever.
I'm
But I mean, like,
trying.
But you know that there's a difference.
Yeah.
Like
I've
if
had
you
different-
brought something and he brought something,
Yeah.
y'all both smoked.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little
they
like
they
a
just
taste
give you
different,
different feelings.
or like
Mm.
yeah.
Interesting.
wouldn't even go out
Anything
the feeling.
produced
I'd
by
just say,
Gear.
like,
Anything. Just
the
good
taste
beats.
or smell.
Send good beats.
Mm.
Damn. Everybody's go-to. Oh, my fault if you're going to talk about the weed.
No, you good.
Everybody's go-to gas station order.
Gas station?
I haven't went to a gas station in a long time.
I usually give me like a.
Let's get gas too.
Same. But I get what they mean.
I know.
I don't. Usually, if I grab a chips, it's probably like some Lay's or some shit, like some easy shit. But usually, when I'm stopping at the gas station, I'm grabbing me like a drink.
Also,
whether it be like
the gas station by my house, they now are corporate owned, but when they weren't corporate owned, they used to get donuts from this donut shop in the city, and they used to be so good.
That's where we found those one donuts, right?
Super
No, we went to the
donuts.
hotel, but then I would go to gas station. Get. I don't eat like that no more because the sugar. I'm just not trying to be on the sugar high like that, like I used to. But if I was on my big bag shit, I'd definitely go in there and get some chips, like Mike said. Give me some cheese ruffles. Give me like a red squirt.
You know what's good?
You ever had the red squirt?
Nah.
Red squirt is a hit.
Plain Lay's is like so good.
Yeah, it is, especially when you have a sandwich.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then give me like some type of cakey brownie donut type thing like D.
Oh yeah, I do be looking through like the little candy aisles. I'd never be seeing shit because like it looked better than what it is. If that makes sense.
Are y'all more candy or more bakery? Like if you would you get donuts or would you get Skittles?
Donut.
Yeah, I probably get the donut.
Neither.
Yeah. I'm not a candy person.
I'm not a candy person either. I'm like a sweet type of.
Like if you gave me like a cookie skillet with ice cream, I fucked it up. But if you told me I got some Three Musketeers for you, I'm like, okay.
Right,
sure.
yeah. That's why over there the little candy bag is just up there. But them Oreos, I was fucking them Oreos up. So I'm with you on that. Darrick, favorite wrestlers ever?
Rey Mysterio, CM Punk,
Surprised you didn't start with CM
and
Punk.
then John Cena, Undertaker. That's
Good
the Mount
list.
Rushmore.
Were you there when Great Khali squeezed his head?
I was there.
I was there
You
too.
think
I was
your
on the
mans
phone with
gone?
I was on the phone with Kyron when that happened.
Wow, you were?
Yeah, me and Kyron used to call each other for every Monday and Friday to watch wrestling over the phone.
And what happened?
That was like Discord before Discord.
What
I
happened?
did gloomy.
I stopped
drugs
watching.
too.
Y'all gotta get back to that. You should do it one day and just like,
Just call him out of the blue.
and be like, bro,
I'll do it
what
tonight.
You saw what just happened?
I'm sure he'd probably be in your stream tonight, actually.
He
Yeah, he
definitely
will.
will. He was in my stream. He was in my stream. He don't be in the
Yeah,
Discord, but
Dylan
he
Kyle.
gonna check
Yeah,
into that stream.
you know I'm listening
That's
to
a
Bodie
fact.
James, brother. Y'all don't like slushies? Yeah, but again, that's
I was
like
so close to buying a slushy machine. Just
that's
to
like
have it in the house.
13-year-old, 17-year-old.
I haven't
me.
bought a slushie in so long.
Yeah, it's just.
I be getting
When
them
my
on-
girlfriend was pregnant, she went through a phase where she wanted slushies all the time.
You can say fiance, brother.
Fiance, yes, I'm sorry. Fiance. When she was pregnant, I said that because when she was pregnant, she was
She
my
was-
fiance.
right.
But like, she wanted slushies regularly. Like that was her pregnancy craving, bro.
Bro, I was at what's it called? TJ?
Sparkling water for my wife.
Really?
Top
the
3
first
favorite
one.
golfers,
Sparkling
KB.
water is so
I'm trying to ask these
random.
questions before I forget them when they
Top
they
3
lose.
favorite golfers ever. Tiger. It's hard for me not to put Bryson in there because of the YouTube stuff. And then number 3 would probably be
Happy birthday, Ivy.
shit. Number 3 would probably be, dude. I don't know.
Phil?
No, I don't. I'm not a Rory guy.
Bubba Watson?
He fell out of the love of the game.
Bubba Watson?
Not Bubba. I'll probably leave it at 2, man. I ain't got it. Somebody can be the 3rd though. One of these young guys. I thought I was gonna be a Tom Kim guy, but he ain't really good. I just like that he was younger. It's like, oh, he might be next. Hell no. Maybe it's the Griffin guy that's always in first going into Saturday and Scheffler takes him.
What are y'all dream cars? Somebody said.
Don't have one.
I'm on a Porsche.
Give me like a black SUV I can sit in the back of and have a driver, or a Maybach. I want something where I don't drive it. I get driven.
Yeah, I've never been like a car guy where I would say I have a dream car. I just want something that gets me from point A to point B.
Jacob said we soft for not liking MMA. So
We saw.
I know everybody up here values Jacob's thoughts.
It was the Jacob. The Jacob said that.
I know
Fuck.
everybody is changing their life and their perspective based on what Jacob is saying.
One of my people's that's
The toughest guy in the fucking world, Jacob.
One of my people's heavy in my stream. He said he's doing MMA. Like he's really trying to do that shit too. He said he got me with the lessons if I need it.
Oh, okay.
The only thing is he lives in a different country, so
I
it's
tried
really hard.
doing Taekwondo once. I went to classes.
At what age?
Probably when I was like 10, 11. It didn't last long because like when you're a lower belt, you kind of have to be the punching bag. and I didn't enjoy that.
I swear it just seems
Like you gotta
sometimes.
sometimes put on the pad, sit there and just let them kick you and punch you and like learn how to do their moves. I'm just like, I don't want to get.
You still
kicked
feel
day.
all of that. I mean, not
Yeah.
all of it. You still
Yeah,
feel
you
it.
still feel it, and I'm just like, I don't want to do that. And my mom got mad. I'm like, you never.
Because she put that money in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
would be mad
football
too.
was for me. Windy City Dolphins. And I was like, by like the fourth practice, I was like, man, I can't do this no more. And she's like, well, we paid the $250, so get the practice. I got my little ass ran over once, and I was just like, nah, no contact sports for me, please.
Favorite lunch spot?
Potbelly or Chipotle.
Bro, I went to
I'm
Potbelly's
giving y'all an
yesterday.
opportunity to really ask. If y'all can tell, I'm really
D-Mills,
trying to
you had
get these
that-
questions
you had
for
that new
y'all.
steak sandwich. It's like
Y'all
a-
asking shit like KB's favorite three
if I go to-
baseball players.
If I go to Potbelly, I usually
don't
get
think
the
people
turkey
give
and
a damn.
Swiss or the
Yeah.
wreck.
They got a new steak one. I had that shit yesterday. It
The
was,
prime
it
rib
was
one,
good.
right?
Yeah, it was good.
B
was good?
Hill asks random, but is Mike biracial?
Does it matter?
Like a quarter. I'm like a quarter white. My mama mixed. She's mixed with black and white. So, yeah.
You don't
But it's
even look-
2025. Who cares?
Yeah.
I wonder why he asked it though, because you don't
You don't resemble mixed.
Which is okay. Black is beautiful.
yeah, you don't resemble quarter white, half white, whatever.
Do you see the white part of your family?
Yeah. Like a lot of people on her side are like either white or really light skinned.
I have not seen the white side of my family in a very long time. Very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very long time. What's y'all favorite songs this year?
My favorite song?
Small town fame, and Somebody Loves Me.
From this year?
Yeah,
That came. Who dropped those?
Drake.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I have. I don't know if I've
From
listened
the
to much music this year.
PND.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that Tekka song? Well, mine is so bad. It's in your cat. Somebody know this song.
I know P is mixed. I'm black, man. I'm black. I'm a black man. I was having a conversation with like one of our cousins. Like, you could probably imagine. And I'm like, she said something. We was having a conversation. She's like, nah, but I don't think it count for you because you mix. And I'm like, are you fucking stupid? I've never filled out important information and they asked my race and I put mix.
Dark Thoughts.
You
Thank you,
cannot
Charles.
fucking put mix.
That's a song.
I'm black. When I'm racially profiled, I don't think they do it because I've been racially profiled. I don't think they was like, it's a mixed man. Police report, mixed man. The fuck? 1930s. You think they have a mixed fountain for me to drink out of?
Your
Fucking-
mom white?
No.
I didn't think so.
Nobody has ever looked at my mom and said, white woman.
Yeah, she's not white.
The fuck? $500K dinner, dessert in a movie with Keon Johnson. All right, man. I
think we
gave
wrap-
y'all
I think we wrap
I
up.
gave y'all an opportunity to really ask some good shit that you probably won't have a chance to, and y'all asking crazy
Shit,
shit.
motherfuckers would ask from the stream or something.
Most
cancelable opinion. Let's get in the show.
Whoa.
Yeah, don't get me started because I'm the type to answer.
We appreciate y'all tuning into this live stream. If you did watch on the back end after, we appreciate you as well. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith. Shout out to production. Shout out to everybody. Leave a like, subscribe, and we will see y'all next time. We'll be talking
Uncle
about.
Remus or Harold.
Come on now. This Uncle
Harold.
Remus.
Oh, man,
We
bro.
will next time we talk. We'll be talking about game number 2 and the preview of game number 3. We love y'all. We'll see y'all there.
Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Mike
Peace.
ain't getting this